Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live. We're here with a Friday debate show. You know the score, people, man. We're here every Friday with a debate show talking all things Man United, man. We got a big panel today, man. We got man like Faz. You know them ones there, man. What are you sending me, Faz? Sir. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm alive and I can't complain.
Yeah,
it's nice to be breathing freedom, man. I can breathe freedom.
Come on, man. Come on. Enjoy that, man. You know them ones there. Big up to you, Faz. Make sure you follow him, man. YouTube, playback. He's gonna be back, people. So make sure you follow him up and get his numbers back up, man. You know what I'm saying? Good to see Faz out there. Double A, what are you telling me, man? Everything all good?
Hey, bro. Yeah, man. Everything's good. You know what I mean? Nice to see Faz free from them shackles. You get me? It's been a long time coming, man. Good to see him back on here. And big up everyone that's here, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? Another random week for United more than anything else. It's not been too up and down, but after what we expected, it'd be good to chop it up and see what everyone's feeling and where we are, because I think everyone's still in the dark and scrambling for answers where it comes to Manchester United. But it's good to be here. Good to be with you, Saeed. Good to be with all the boys. Best chat on YouTube as well. Looking forward to it.
Come on, big up, man. We got my like Estrella in the building. What are you saying, man? Can't hear you, bro. No. I think your mic might not be on. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get into
this. Is exactly how Ten Hag's speeches are like in the changing room.
Yeah.
Fuck all. No freaking nothing. He's gone. He's even gone.
Yeah, he's even gone. He's even gone, man. He's even gone. But
this is Ten Hag's, pre-match talk. This is.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But he'll come back. I know he's got a lot to say. And we got man like CK, man. What are you telling me? State of footy. What are you telling, man?
All good, bro. Appreciate you having me on as always. Big up to the panel, the chat. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, all that stuff. Get Saeed to 100K.
Come on, man.
On YouTube right here.
Nah, appreciate it, man. We got a lot to discuss, man. Before we start, man, is everyone still calm about the managerial situation? I know a lot of people are still itching and, relaxed and that. Like, is everyone still calm? Is everyone still feeling like they need to know what's going on? What are you saying, guys? Chat to me.
Been calm, bro. I always expected him to stay. I said this to you with you and last week, mate. I expected him to stay. I think it's one of them. Unfortunately, it looks like he's got at least a second lease of life. Whether how long that is yet to remains to be seen, because it's important to remember that he's in his last year of his contract, and it's either back him or sack him. And I think going into it, we have to be worried that they may throw another contract in his hands. But I don't see him lasting anyway. I don't see how this one game has turned people around to thinking he's the Messiah. And you've got all these fan groups like TRA and 58. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on, man. Our one game's made him back him all. We've not had this until after the FA Cup final. Where was this? His job's been on the line all season long, right? Yeah. We've heard nothing until he wins a trophy. So you're telling me after one game, and it's obviously against Manchester City. It stopped them doing a double-double. Where is the backing of this all summer, all season? Why is it until now, when you believed he was going to get sacked, it's the time to back the manager? And we don't sack managers; we back managers all the time. Listen, I've had 10 months of watching him lower the standards of this team and take us from, looking forward to this season, last season, to absolutely can't wait for it to end. And I ain't going to put that down to injuries. I'm not going to put that just down to the players not playing. Yes, they have to hold they have to hold some responsibility for that. But he's the man making decisions. He's the man putting that team out there. He's the man trying to get his way of playing across, and he's not been good enough. He's been nowhere near the levels expected or what I expect of a Manchester United manager. I've said it plenty of times. One game's not going to change that for me. No way. So, somehow now, led to believe he's going to get a second chance.
I can't see that,
Pressure's on, man. I think he will, but the pressure's on, I think.
Yeah.
Pressure's on.
Yeah. You can hear us now again, yeah? Stephen?
Yeah, I'm good now, yeah?
Yeah. Big up, man. Big up, man. Faz, what's your, you know what I mean? Man got the inside sources, yeah? What are you saying?
So what's funny, firstly, I'll start with this, yeah. Remember middle of the season, they said once Ineos signed, and I think a week or two went by, they said he has 3 or 4 games to prove himself. Remember that time? They had 3 or 4 games to prove himself.
Yeah.
Then they delayed it. Okay, we're gonna make a judgment end of the season. Now, obviously, he got to the FA Cup final, and he won the final. I have the way he's coming across to me, from what I'm hearing, is these lot are really, taking account of what the people are saying in public. A certain journalist even showed Erik Ten Hag a poll. He did a video about it saying, I showed Erik Ten Hag a poll. 80% want to keep him. And look at the vim in his voice when he says, they can sack me and I'll go win trophies elsewhere. You were hanging on by the thread. Amad Diallo literally saved your career as a football manager. And now you're here saying, I'm going to go and win, trophies elsewhere and yada, yada, yada. All of this energy from where? Then now you hear a day before the final that he's sacked regardless of what happens. Whether we win, lose, draw, whatever is done. And then 48 hours after, 72 hours after, you're hearing all of a sudden Barada's backing him. All of a sudden, my man, someone else is backing him in the boardroom. Certain someone's is backing him. The first thing that tells you, Ineos are fucking concussed. How about that? Ineos are absolutely.
Now, but what I don't get it though, Faz. What about if they're just understanding how big of a decision this is?
You've got
how
fans sending you letters.
Nah, but the thing is though, that's just letters online, man. Them man don't read no letters, man. I'm saying,
they don't want to upset the fans.
No, but
it feels like they don't want to upset the fans.
Respectfully, including me, F the fans. Yeah,
I know.
Including me. I am a season ticket holder. I know. But for me, I don't care. Listen, you're not going to listen to me, who is built on emotion, who might swing one way, who might be like, bro, F the fans, yeah? And respectfully, including me, like I said, because it should be about what they see best for the football club. And like I said, they might get it wrong, but we're here to see football men, football instructor
making football
football decisions. We're fans. So end of the day, we're not built for that. You feel me? So end of the day, they should be listening to the fans.
Look, transfer window opens in exactly 2 weeks from today. Exactly 2 weeks from today, if I'm not mistaken, yeah?
Yeah.
And we're linked with the same players we were linked with whilst this guy was already managing the club. And probably going to be ended up buying some of them players as well. That is what the inkling is that he's going to end up staying. He's probably negotiating, right, okay, I'm going to give up this control, but you're going to have to let me control this side of the club. Because right now, until today, he's out of control of everything in the club, however way he wants to deal with it. But probably what these lot are doing is negotiating, okay, you do the coaching, we'll do this. You do this side, we'll do that. That's probably what's going on. Because there's no justification when you have Barca's, Bayern's, all of these, freaking Burnley, all of these clubs, chopping and changing manager. No issue at all. No, where did Burnley end up? Are they not a club? What I'm saying, do they not need to go with their future? What about Bayern? Every single club chopping and changing manager because they know what they want to do. we don't know what we want to do. And I believe that, what I'm hearing, that they're going to end up keeping him because they haven't made their decision yet. You don't need, bro. Ineos didn't sign yesterday, They didn't sign day before the FA Cup. They signed time ago. They've been watching this football. Sir Jim been going to the games, depressed. He knows what's going on. He's got people telling him. So what is this end of season review like? You haven't already been collecting the data.
No, listen. You make some fair points here, but I also think them doing a review also shows that they're doing things differently than the Glazers would do. I think it's also a point that they are different from the Glazers as well. If they act like they're the Glazers, then they're going to be seen as one of the Glazers. But if they act differently and say we're having a review, since when did the Glazers ever have a review? When did they ever take their time in any decisions? They've never done that. So they want to make them sure.
How do you know they haven't though? Yeah, just because it's not been put out there in the media. I guarantee at the end of every season they have a review of some kind, the Glazers. I'm not backing them.
Yeah, but the main part of that review AA is the money, not the football.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
But they still would look at everything at the end of the season and have they hit the targets? Has the manager done this? Has the manager done that? Because you look at it, that's how Van Gaal got sacked, because he hadn't hit targets. He got the Champions League.
No, they sacked him because they seen there was a better opportunity in Mourinho there.
But if he got Champions League, I guarantee he wouldn't have got sacked. I guarantee.
No, 100%. No, I agree with that.
Exactly. So he's not. So I'm not like, by no way backing the Glazers, and I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
But just because it's not put out there that they've done a review doesn't mean they've not done it. So I don't want the wool to be pulled over your eyes by Ineos because it's all this bells and whistles like, oh guys, we're gonna strip the club from top to bottom, and because I personally don't think they're any better than the Glazers are.
But I don't like that ideology because you know why? Yeah, we've said we want footballing people here, and we want to make sure they don't base their decision making.
How many football people here? There's still no football people at the club.
No, but Jason Wilcox.
Jason Wilcox.
Yeah, Jason Wilcox is here. They've still got Omar Barada in the background. He might not be working, but they can have phone calls. You know that they can have discussions on Zoom calls, etc., etc. So, end of the day, he can be having some sort of influence. You know what I mean? Over certain decision making. It's just that he can't actively start his role until July. Do you get it?
I hear that. Well, apparently he was talking to McKenna, wasn't he?
So there you go then.
Still, he's not in his role, is he? So he's still technically not at the club. He's just, he's doing shady behind the scenes phone calls, if you want to say it that way. But I'm just saying, Ineos haven't impressed me massively so far. There's a lot for him to do, and I'm very skeptical. All because we know Jim Glazer. You
can't be impressed when the job's not started.
They haven't done anything. They haven't even had the opportunity to do anything. They haven't had a window.
Apparently they have, because I heard, was it Kaz the other day, was with you, Saeed, saying, I'm impressed by what they're doing so far. They've done fuck all. So what are you impressed by? They've got a lot to do. All they've done so far is tap-ins. Get a new CEO that's decent.
Come on, man. That's hardly a tap-in. That's a guy who's well respected.
City Group CEO is a
Did you expect that? Did you expect that? Yes or no? Did you expect Omar Barada? Yes or no?
But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying who they've got. Who they've got is very impressive. Don't get me wrong. And it's someone of a stature. But replacing Arnold and Murta, easy. Because they were crap. So getting someone who's better than them is a tap-in. Because any of us here could do better than Murta or Arnold.
No, but
they were crap.
Yeah, but that's also a good point you're making there. Anyone could do better, but they could get anybody. But they didn't. They got Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada, who are miles better than them two. The CV is showing it. You know what I mean? Like their body of work has shown it. You know what I mean? And they're not jobs for the boys.
Let's see the people we actually get through the door in terms of the playing squad and who they go. Then we can start to judge if these people are who they say they are. Right now,
but then why have you judged them?
Right now, it's names on paper. It's names on paper, Saeed.
So that's what I'm saying. So why have you got this kind of like judgment over them before they've even started?
Because I massively suffer from PTSD, and I'll happily admit it.
Cool.
The Glazers have worn me down to the bones.
Don't clap him.
Common sense. Well done.
Jeez. At least he's self-aware.
No, listen, I understand it, but like, I'm just very, very dumbfounded by the fan base when they say like the Ineos are they're like the Glazers when they're nothing but the Glazers. The Glazers made rash decisions. They made decisions based off emotion. They made decisions that were so non-football related. Now that they're taking their time to do something, we're all moaning. Like, let them take a proper systemic approach and be like, you know what? We're going to be doing things the right way. Not the way you want it. We're going to do it the right way. And I think that's what we want as a football club. We want things to be done in the right way. Not
Saeed, can I
easy
just say,
way.
yeah? Can I just say, big up Adam as well? I see you.
Big up, my
You
bro.
know the thing
big
is,
up
yeah,
Staffy as well.
in processes like this, especially when you buy, anything, a property, anything you buy, yeah, when it's in turmoil, the first few decisions is the most important decision, because that will set the tone of how the process is going to run going forward. So maybe that's why they're taking their time. The only thing is, look, after Ten Hag, majority of the people would probably be happy if it was De Zerbi coming in, right? That would be the one manager. A lot of people would say, you know what? Okay, fair. It's not a massive downgrade. It's not a massive upgrade. It's a manager that is sought after by big clubs. Okay, we'll settle with that. De Zerbi is available, but no movement has been made. People, one of the most well-run club in football, Bayern Munich, have gone and taken a manager that's got no CV, nothing in football. They've just gone and swapped him up. Chelsea have gone and given a manager 5-year deal. A lot of people will probably say that's a mad deal in itself, but again, going and doing the business. I don't understand what really are Ineos thinking right now is, other than, yesterday I watched your show when I was driving with Mina, and Mina said a theory that it might be Southgate. But even if you think that, right? No, hold on. Even if you think it's Southgate, why would they take time? Because England are likely to play in quarters or semis. We will be in pre-season by then. So what is it that these lot are waiting on? Who are they waiting on? I don't. That's one thing I really don't understand.
I think they're really waiting for the dust to settle. After the FA Cup, because if you look at social media still right now, like, people are still, the FA Cup page on Twitter is still posting. They posted a Kobe Mainu match.
I know. I see
yesterday.
that. I see that.
Like,
it's
still, they're milking it, and the fan base, as we should. We're enjoying the win. We're still looking at comps, and I've watched the second goal about 1,000 times by now. Like, it's still a very, and if they were to make a decision this week or even right after the game, it would be a very emotional decision. And so I think they're really just waiting for both their emotions to be more even keeled and just the public discourse emotions, kind of the dust to just settle. And so they can really kind of lock in and make a rational, correct decision. I think a lot of things will come into play. The manager market isn't very robust. It's not, I think Ten Hag could be saved by that. But I do think if he does stay, a lot of things will change in terms of his job and what his powers are at the club, how much power he has in terms of, bringing the people in that he wants, training, all of that stuff is going to be more of Jason Wilcox and Barada and all those guys saying, this is the way we want to play. This is the way things are going to be. If you're going to be a manager here, you have to follow this. It's not going to be, the other way around. So I don't think we'll have to wait much longer. I think next week something will come down from the club, but I think that's kind of what Ineos is.
Even Benny McCarthy's leaving. That's part of his stuff.
Yeah. But I always thought he was always going to leave anyway, man, because he kind of low key backed Sancho the other day anyway. So I reckon he got kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got kicked out anyway. But I think he never really had a role, man. He was there for the vibes, man. He was like the uncle.
That first season, everyone was bigging him up over Rashford. Let's not forget that. Everyone was saying that he turned Rashford round.
So why didn't he do anything this season then, Rashford? What's happened?
I'm not backing him.
No.
I'm going to go
the players just loved him.
That theory, though. That theory I'm talking about.
That mate, because Rashford is inconsistent. That's just what it is.
But I hardly seen him in photos, man. Benny McCarthy. I've hardly seen him in training, bro. I think that he must have done something, man. He must have done something or something, man.
Very easy for coaching staff to be disagreeing with managers' takes. Very easy for them. In football, this is very normal. They can turn around and say, we don't agree. Maybe you should try this approach, that approach, and it can happen. And maybe they've had disagreements. Because what's even funnier is, remember Erik Ten Hag used to give credit to Benny McCarthy for Marcus Rashford last season.
Yeah.
Remember, there was a particular goal Marcus Rashford scored with his head. He scored a header in Old Trafford after the game. You know, I am so Eric Ten Hag out. I remember these things, man. I'm this Eric Ten Hag out. Bro, crazy. He said after the game, that Benny McCarthy has been working with Marcus Rashford on this, and we want to give Benny McCarthy credit. All of a sudden, the man who made your star boy perform last season, and he's the guy that's gonna make Rasmus perform, yada yada yada, all of this, you want to get rid of him. Bro, he's gone, man. I think he's lucky.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, man. Bro, we're all emotional. That's what that right there is why everybody needs to just chill out, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we're hearing.
I talk my way into it.
I told you, man. Everybody just needs to relax, man. Because you know what it is, yeah? I think obviously if he goes in it, you know what I mean? A lot of people are going to be emotional in it. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, yo, man, we have to start all over again. You know?
Good. Why not? Why can you not build Rome again? Why do you have to wait? Listen, the foundations have got cracked in. We've seen it this season. Can't tell me it's worth hanging around and waiting for other builders come. Mate, start again. Like, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? Genuinely.
Oh my.
If it gets worse than this season or last season,
it can't get worse than this season, though, surely, man. I mean, 14 losses. 14 losses, minus 1 goal difference.
Even if we lose 13 next season with a new manager, it's still progress in it. So you got to take it baby steps on that.
What are you saying, Stephen? You thinking differently? What are you saying, man? And by the way, smash a like on the video. And also, you got a super chat here before. Enzo Estrella, I'll buy you a season ticket for next season so you can watch more United trash. Eric Ten Hag in. But yeah, Stephen, chat to us. What are you saying, man? You've been hearing a lot. What are you telling me?
No, like obviously to respond to Zeke, I don't think it would be an emotional decision to get rid of him now because we've seen it before, Van Gaal. So if they want to get rid of him, I think they've already made the decision. The fact that they're just pondering on it a little bit more or pontificating on it is no surprise to me because the way I look at it, if they sack him now, they're just going to get backlash in the media. I don't know if they're prepared for that or if they've factored that in already. Right now, the manager market, I think it's been the worst in a very long time. Like you keep saying, De Zerbi, but he showed a good 6 months and it's kind of been piss poor since. So, like, we're being generally honest, like, we're all going to blame injuries or players or whatnot. They have a better structure there. They have a football philosophy. So he's had a head start with anything you could argue in front of Ten Hag. He had a good 6 months. After that, it's been piss poor. And then you keep screaming out De Zerbi, which makes no sense to me. No other top clubs going next to him. You've just mentioned Bayern Munich. They've gone for somebody who has no credentials. So what it looks like to me is what big clubs are doing now are taking punters on the next big thing. So like they're taking it from the Mikel Artetas. So how he's got the Pep philosophy. They're hoping how companies somewhat coherently did it as well, and he can probably do it there as well. So it's not really a surprise to me that he didn't actually get the job. But moving for United, Faz, like I said, I'm not going to scream and shout. You made up your mind on the manager. I've seen you on other platforms anyway. I just think you're a hypocrite, if I'm being totally honest.
100% I am.
Yeah, hypocrite. I know you. I know. And shamefully, shamefully you accept it. But I just want you to know you're a hypocrite. Innit? It's cool.
I'm a hypocrite.
What's he done?
Because when this manager got put in, he's on cam saying, "I'm going to back this manager. I'm going to back the process." Been on another fan forum screaming, there's going to be ups and downs. People can't be reactionary, blah blah blah. But then he also says himself that he's reactionary, that he's a man of passion, which I understand because football's a passionate game. But I don't understand how you forget all the things that happen that are mitigating circumstances to this guy's situation. And then the moment you want to do time out like a little kid, it's fair to be like, oh, get the manager out. And then you make excuses. When it's the players that do similar things, you'll make excuses for them, but you won't make no excuses for the manager when you can see what's right in front of you.
Faz, you want to respond to that? Or
you know, I actually dislike Eric Ten Hag more because of people like you.
Okay.
I've never disliked a manager. I didn't even dislike Ole as much. And I remember driving, I even lived close to Old Trafford, but I remember driving 6-7 hours just to go watch Liverpool batter us at home. And I wasn't even this much Ole Gunnar crazy out. I actually hate Eric Ten Hag with passion because of people like you. Because I originally started saying, you know what, I'm going to give him till game week 15. I know my football. I need game week 15 to really understand what he's doing with the squad. I don't make up excuses. The manager does on press conference. I don't make the bad decisions. The manager makes the bad decisions. It's his job to buy me in, not my job to believe anyone blindly. I'm in a relationship with my football club where you provide me entertainment and success, and I back you. That's the business we're in. This is the transaction we're in. I don't go to Man United to come back crying and for rivals to be bantering me and whatever. 100%. There is a period of ride or die. There is a period of whatever. My loyalty will never, ever, ever be with a manager. Impossible. Or even with a player. My loyalty is with the badge that I support. This is the exact reason why there were a lot of people. Listen, there was
you're a hypocrite again. What you just said conflates your whole thesis of what you're saying. What you just said right now, I have to buy into it. They have to show me something. So then why are you glazing Ineos and they haven't done anything?
Why am I what? Sorry?
Why are you glazing Ineos and they haven't done anything? Because you believe in them and they haven't shown you nothing.
Okay, they actually. Firstly, I'm not glazing Ineos. I actually haven't even made an opinion of Ineos because Ineos need at least three transfer windows. Winter and summer included, for me to say, you know what, these guys are doing good decision. They need to show me they can control the wage structure. They need to show me that they can pay our staff members in Man United well. There are bare staff members in Man United that are unhappy. They need to make sure they get the right people in the right positions, making the right decisions. All of this included. I can't just be, Ineos. Maddest thing is, I was actually Ineos out from the start because they got in bed with the Glazers.
Yeah.
Soon as they got in bed with the Glazers, I don't like you. But I said, you know what? Fair enough. They're gonna do the footballing side. Let me see what they do. They've not even been in 6-7 months. They've not even had a chance to make solid decisions. I think the best decision they could start off with making is by sacking the manager and getting someone who can bring this club, back to its glory days. I understand why people like you want to say he's done well. 2 trophies in 2 seasons.
I never said he done well. I never said he done well.
The common consensus is 2 trophies in 2 seasons is actually a very good accomplishment. Whether I like it or you don't like, whatever it is actually good. Good accomplishment. That is what's gonna be shown in our museum. That is what's gonna be on his CV. It is very good. But I cannot forget the pain and trauma he caused me throughout the whole season. And there were blatant decisions that he made that he could have avoided not once but numerous times. And I can sit there, me and you, I will sit there. We will go game week by game week. It might take me 3-4 hours. We will go game week by game week. And it is impossible for anybody to sit there and think, you know what? There are more than 5, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10 mistakes that Erik Ten Hag could have avoided that he didn't. And I said it as well, believe it or not, all of these guys, Adam knows, Saeed knows. I said Erik Ten Hag is a fantastic knockout competition manager, and I am proven correct because he won the FA Cup. But when it comes to the Premier League,
how does that make sense? Did he win Champions League?
Listen,
did he win Europa League?
His CV, Champions League. Everybody talked about Champions League when he came into Manchester United. Champions League.
Did he win it? Faz, did he win it? Faz, did he win it?
He didn't, but for his team, he went very far.
So then this is the same argument as other managers that come to the club. Then I can have the same volume when I'm saying about De Zerbi. He hasn't done anything.
That's very true. Hey, you're very right. My issue isn't. You're very right. But guess what? Let me roll the dice and see if it lands on 666. I will never know if it lands on 666 if I don't roll the dice. I rolled the dice with Erik Ten Hag, and he got me 2 trophies in 2 seasons. Thank you very much. But the journey was too traumatic and too toxic for me. Too traumatic and too toxic for me. He done mess up with all the players. He's messed up with the media. I have never seen Man United cancel a press conference because a manager chat shit. And I tell you for a as well. People don't know this. Man United cancelled press conference with Newcastle, and they got a briefing before the Newcastle game because Erik Ten Hag's comments the game before. People actually don't know.
Saeed, do you not recall when Alex Ferguson had the issue with the BBC, or was it not? With the BBC?
Yeah. I remember that one. That was more in retaliation. That was more in retaliation.
No, but what are you doing to complete your argument? Like, let's really get down to the nitty gritty. Yeah, this guy is not necessarily that I want him. Since he's come to this country, he's been slaughtered. He's almost had the same amount of insults as Wade Pogba had from Graham Souness. He's been attacked by the media consistently. Man, you don't want to. You can
relax.
Do this.
Relax. That's a bit far, man.
No, it's not a bit
But
far.
go on.
Look,
That is hella far, man. That's hella far. But go on. Anyway, go on.
His consistency in his names, the way it rings bells on social media. Every time I click on TalkSport or Sky Sports, I'm always seeing Ten Hag. There's always some kind of conundrum around it.
No, but that's constructive criticism rather than Pogba getting criticised for his dancing.
I didn't know constructive criticism was saying, "Oh, a man can't do the job because he's too big for him."
Saeed, he has a point. Oh,
in terms of Richard Keys. Richard Keys.
I'm leading the Eric Ten Hag,
I remember that one.
Eric Ten Hag out brigade, but he's right because when Eric Ten Hag was about to sign, or I remember the week that he signed. Again, don't rewrite history. They commented on his dressing sense. They said, "Look how he dresses." I remember this very specifically. They even made mockery of his English, and I was the one leading line saying, "My manager can speak English. Why are you lot coming at my manager? Sky Sports, f off, So he's right. They were on him from the start.
Listen, can I just say something here, Strello? What fence do you sit on? Seriously.
Yeah, that's a good
I want to know, man. I want to know.
I've told you this already. Look, I told you this already.
No, it's not clear. It's not clear.
I'm telling you now.
Tell me now.
Players wants what's best for the club.
Players, staff members, and United. I'm United. I don't care about the rest of them.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. I'm like you.
And I said this, like I said before, I'm not gonna. Just because you've done little rearrangements, I am not gonna be like, oh my god, I can see stars in the wraith or something. Impossible. I need to see categorically what's been improving. I haven't seen anything yet. The fact they ain't even got the fact we're still being linked to Brantford scares me. Like, bro, Harry Maguire again. It's 75 for what?
Man. See, again, that's what I'm saying. That's wrong. That's wrong. How is he like Maguire? Have you watched him? He's not like Maguire.
Bro, he's not worth 75 million. No one on this chat
knows. But the thing is, again, you're putting assumptions out there. How do you know we're gonna get it for 70 million? Have we put in a bid in yet? We're just hearing rumors.
This is not rumors. They've officially come out and said that they're not going to let him go for anything less than 70. They said they want double the 40 million that we originally issued them. Like, what are we doing here?
Listen. You know what it is, Everton are always going to have that stance, but it's down to negotiations. We've not seen a proper team negotiate. We're going to be seeing footballing people negotiate rather than a Myrtle or, bankers in charge. We're going to actually see proper negotiations. That's what we hope to see. Obviously, right now, we haven't seen anything yet. A lot of what you're doing is a lot of presumptions as to why Ineos are going to do this. But you have to. But then also you have to allow them to do what they got to do.
Do you know and then later,
go on.
Everyone keeps saying they've only been here for 6-7 months. This club has been up for sale for 1 year, and if I'm going to go by my own thesis, like my own idea of what I thought was going on before, when originally Sir Jim wanted to originally buy the club ages ago. He couldn't get anything done, and he said, "Oh, the Glazers are nice people." I remember those words correctly. They're nice people. Then subsequently, some times later on, we're up for sale, and then who's in the race to buy us and eventually acquires us? So for me, if you knew you were always this was like an inside thing. They wanted investment to prolong their stay here. So if they knew they were going to go with my man already, you're going into this business knowing that one, you're a United fan. That's what you keep telling us, and two, you're going to have a strategic plan in place. So what's with all the dilly-dallying? What's the most damning? Even if I don't expect to see big changes right now, the thing that's damning is that the players that should be leaving this club, I'm not hearing a pim. I'm not hearing a noise. All I'm hearing about is 75 million Bradford. People that should be going, I'm not hearing nothing.
You know what it is, I think we're all. I think this fan base is crazy, man. Wallahi, man. We're rushing.
We're on the edge, everybody's on
the edge, man. I think everybody needs to take a chill pill, I swear down, man. We need to relax. We need to understand that this is going to be a thorough review. I think a lot of people are jumping to conclusions. We don't know what's going on yet. I think once we know, hold on a minute. Once we know what's going on, that's when everybody can have their real opinion. When you don't know what's going on and they're basically not giving us answers, we can't just say they're absolutely bad owners and they're rubbish at their job and they have, there's no accountability. They've not made their decision yet. Once they make that decision, then everyone can say, you know what? Nah, man, I've got an opinion about that. Right now, they've not done anything. They have not said a word. And maybe that's a good thing because look at us. We're making assumptions when they've not even said a word.
When it comes to the manager, Saeed, they should have said something straight away because they've avoided him for months and months and months about backing him. And it leads to this. It leads to this uncertainty.
And they know this.
Remember when Arsenal's Edu gave Arteta a contract mid-season? Contract extension or something mid-season. That's backing, That's like, you have control. We believe in you. My man didn't do anything, and his contract's gonna be up for talks in January, December, anyways. And don't forget, you've already heard the reports that Eric Ten Hag and his staff members are worrying about their contract because only 1 year left. No footballing person wants to be in a club with 1 year left. They want to know what their future is, isn't it? So maybe the reason why.
When Eric Ten Hag came, how many coaches did he bring with him?
How many
coaches did he bring?
Steve McLaren, Van der Gaag.
4?
No. How many coaches did he bring with him from when he came from Ajax?
Well, actually, 1. If I'm
cool. And if you're not mistaken, and the other people that were appointed, who were they appointed by?
Him.
No, they were appointed by the club. Steve McLaren, because he knew the club. He had previously.
He worked with him before, though.
He worked with him before, man.
Oh, this is what I mean.
But again, you're making it, bro.
It's so blatantly, what happened. But then you lot will try and fight the argument to suit your own agenda.
No. Let him have his agenda. Wait, because he's right. He's right. The club brought him in because Steve knew the club, but also Steve worked with Eric Ten Hag. This is factual. Funniest thing is, Eric Ten Hag delayed signing the contract with Man United by 1 week because he wanted specifically to put in his contract that he wants control over all transactions in Manchester United, in and out. This is a factual.
Because he didn't get his coaches. They weren't willing to get the rest of the coaches. Wait, man put Carrick and Darren Fletcher as part of your management staff. No one with potentials. And you get me not to want more. Let's, Faz, calmly.
This is a fact. He delayed signing the contract because he wanted full control of who he can bring in. This is fact. Also, funny enough, how come Spurs were also unhappy with the people that he wanted to bring in as coaching staff? Remember, Spurs specifically declined Eric Ten Hag after interviewing him, saying that his choice of requirements is absurd to us.
Do you want to read that? Do you want to read that?
It was always Ten Hag's decision to bring McLaren. I don't like to say it's the board. He fought for McLaren.
He fought for him.
That was always known.
So because
Manchester United haven't brought coaches in from Fergie time to Moyes. Jose didn't get all the stuff.
Can I just ask you, double it? Let me ask a question now, yeah? When Conte got sacked from Tottenham, are Conte staff members still there? Oh, sorry, that's actually a bad example because they actually did. That's an example. But no, double A. My point is I'm alluding to is this: at top teams, when a manager fails, you normally clear out the rest of their team. You don't leave the rest of the failure there. My guy's inherited that failure, and he's been given limited resources to take over a dead team. And then when there's dead results, you get people like Faz, when everyone knows, they said it before he even started the job, that this is a difficult job, and he's like playing hands tied behind your back. Then when he fails, you don't want to down jump on his neck. My thing is that you don't say you wanted it out the process.
So did Mourinho.
Yeah, let's say Adam after double A.
They've all had the same things, and when their time came, they were told we thought they are not good enough. Ten Hag over 2 seasons has shown, for me, he's not right to be the Manchester United manager, and therefore there should be a change. He's had more power than most of their managers has, and he still fucked it up. He's still gone and spent money on the wrong players, the wrong profile, who have all failed, apart from, you could maybe say, Martinez. None of his signings have done spectacular in this team. No. And then he's had the exact same amount, if not more, than most managers have. So we're right to say, when we see day by day, week by week, in this whole season for 10 months, this manager fail, and fail again. Let's be honest, scrape to an FA Cup final, and then one game smashes the best team in the world out of the park. You can't start to say backing just because of that. I've got. I never said that though. But this is what I'm saying to you is, from my angle, this is how I see it. So anything else above that, if he's not happy with the coaches, because he's had a power of attorney over the signings that we're led to believe. If he's not happy with the coaching, why are you not fighting to go and change it then? Why are you not fighting to get people in? Why are the club not backing you? If they back you to get McLaren in, why have you not backed to get other coaches in? Clearly, he's happy with what he's had.
Was he happy? Okay, I was going to say this because you make it seem so like so easy? What was it his idea? Was it his idea to not have a left back for the majority of the season when we had a left back there on loan and then they let him go? Was that his idea?
Well,
Was it his idea to put the pressure on a little kid up front?
He's come out and said that he was led to believe by the medical staff that they were going to be back by January, so that's why they let him go.
Let me.
That's not the club.
When we had to say James Garner for bread, and he didn't even have an opportunity to even keep any of the young talent. Was he back? Was that his decision then?
Steven, let me bring in.
He would have to say he's happy.
Yeah, I know.
He would have a say in that. Of course he would.
Let me bring in Adam and Staffy, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. But Adam and Staffy, go and have your say. Adam, start with you, and then Staffy.
This is confusing. I don't even know what we're disagreeing about, to be honest.
Bro, listen, this is crazy. But go on.
It's a bit confusing to me because with regards to Ten Hag, Stephen, is where do you put the blame on him and on what? Because McLaren, whether you like it or not, he wanted him. That's not the club that forced him on. He spent a lot of money. He misprofiled players. I wanted Ten Hag. And even at the start of the season, I said, you know what? I'm not so sure ever since what I saw in pre-season, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. But he's been making mistakes that, regardless of the structure and the environment, I would want the manager gone. This is how I judge things. I'm saying if we have good players and he makes those mistakes, and if we had a proper structure in place and he makes those bad decisions, I would want him gone. And that's basically what he's been and what it has been all the season. Like, I don't think we have any type of agenda. Just like you said, we agree on things. I agree on the Ineos thing. Like, I'm not pro Ineos. I'm not against Ineos. They have everything to prove. So I'm not. I don't have any opinion. I'll just wait for them to do stuff and then I'll judge it. I don't have any particular agenda against Ten Hag. It's just that this guy, I have to trust my judgment. Bad decision after bad decisions, falling out with players, wrong tactics, stubborn beyond belief. There are things that are just, okay, you know what? He looks like an absolute pain to work with. And of course, this is football. But the psychological aspect and the human interaction aspect is very, very important. Anyone who has worked a day in his life knows that. He looks like a very, very clumsy, unlikable guy. Fallout player. Every time someone comes out against him, it's a very, very strong reaction. It's just like yeah, we had something and we had a little beef, and no, it's very strong. Like this guy, I don't have, like Ronaldo said, I don't respect him because he doesn't respect me. Sancho, Varane, Casemiro. You could see Casemiro and the manager at the moment. If you fall out with Casemiro and Varane, you are the problem. Like, it has to be. How? Because you have one denominator in this. You have Ronaldo and Varane. You have Varane and Casemiro who never fell out with anyone in their lives. And you have this guy that falls out with them, with Ronaldo, with Sancho, with too many players, too many people, all the time.
The players that you name, kind of like, to me, I could understand how they're falling out with him.
Huh? In what sense?
I could understand how. I'm also on your side. I'm thinking that it is a common denominator, which is also him. So I think there's 50 part. But the way I'm looking at it now, being a grown up, is like what he's trying to build is a hard working philosophy. Yeah, he wants everyone to run and wants everyone to try. And I'm assuming some players may have an ego or may not think that, right, do you know who I am? I'm a big guy in this thing. Like, maybe
Ronaldo is the only one.
If one person comes out of the pack, it sets a bad trend. Like Sancho, Casemiro, he's been looking a bit clumsy since he's come back, and lethargic. Me personally, I think he's been too cash.
You know what? I don't think you can say that about Casemiro because he's been injured and not entirely fit, and he put himself on the line at centre back.
So did Johnny Evans. I don't care, man. You're playing club. I'm not going to feel sorry for you. Stop it. And so,
hold on. Just so we get straight. First, you're going to change that tone because then you.
Respectfully.
And you're going to let me finish my sentence because that's what you said. Maybe there are players in there that feels with the careers they have and who they are. Maybe they don't want to work and run as much as maybe he asks. I don't think you can say that on Casemiro because his work ethic has been impeccable for his entire life, and he put his body on the line trying to do what the managers asked him and needed from him. So I don't think Casemiro is I said maybe for that you could say Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe, yeah. He said, you know what? I'm not that type of guy. You can do that too. But Varane, Casemiro, I don't think they put their reputation I don't think they use their reputation to work less. I don't think it's fair on them. And this is
Do we forget? Because sorry to interrupt. There's two things I want to address. One, you said you weren't happy with what you've seen since pre-season. Once again, not to do revisionism. The end of last season, We barely just scraped it. We said that we was going to be okay with this counter-attacking style football and then hopefully progress the next season if he's back in the summer. If I remember correctly, the summer was discombobulated with the club not doing signings properly. He got his striker towards the end of the season. He got his goalkeeper like almost halfway through the pre-season, and Sancho's playing false nine, and there was a bunch of not first teamers playing not in the first team. And then at the end of this pre-season, he says in the press conference, they're not doing what I want them to do, which set a precedent for the rest of the pre-season. That's all I'm just bringing up facts. This is not me trying to back him. And then secondly, what you're just saying now in terms of Ten Hag now. My opinion on this, where I sit now, is this: I'm all the way happy if you want to get rid of him. My thing is players have to go, but then in the same breath, if you're going to get rid of him, it has to be clear reasons as to why. I don't like hypocrites, because I'm not a hypocrite myself when it comes to this.
Why
Why
would the organization need to list out reasons to?
I'm not saying organization. I'm talking about you guys.
No, bro.
You know what?
That's what Saeed said. Fuck the fans. These are they invested £1 billion, yeah, and it's their decision what they want to do. If they get it wrong, we will be here. If they get it right, we will be here. We can't say what the good or bad decisions will be now. We really can't.
Yeah,
it's people like it's fans like you is why we didn't get sold. This is what I'm saying. I hate this.
Oh, you can't be fucking
6 months ago. 6 months ago, this club was
pissing me off. Yeah. Do you think that Joel and Avram Glazer are my father and uncle?
The pressure's gone. Pressure's gone all of a sudden. You know, it's crazy.
What do you mean? The club didn't get sold because of me. What did I do?
No, I didn't say because of you. I didn't say because of you. I said fans that have this ideology like you, or this philosophy towards football, I'm gonna get behind all of a sudden. This is the reason why we didn't get sold. We said that there was an opportunity there for us to get 100% sold. 100% sold.
No, there wasn't. There was never opportunity.
No, never.
100% sold.
No.
So we talk about this the last one. I don't want to revive this. We talk about this.
No. I'm gonna let Staffy have his say, because we're gonna move on to Olise. Staffy, you have your quick point, and then we're gonna move on to Olise.
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know what point am I supposed to talk about. I'm gonna be very honest.
Yeah. Do you want to start on Olise? Do you want to start on Olise?
Bro, I'd rather talk about Olise because
okay. Let me get this super chat saying, and then we'll move on to Olise.
Tired of talking about
Big up Kimmich says, didn't know it would take 3 months to change a multi-billion-dollar company structure. Craig says, these Ten Hag in a deflect and change the subject to try and avoid talking about the facts. Mustang says, I can and I can't believe what I'm hearing, Saeed. Lol. Says, big up brother Saeed. Smash the likes up, 500 people. Guys, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Footballer Soccer, big up, says, Mr. Strella is like his manager, a gaslighter. By the way, before we go here, there was some news about Bruno Fernandes before we go on Olise. I don't know if you guys have seen. Bruno Fernandes, Fabrizio Romano put this on his Instagram story 4 hours ago. He says, Bruno Fernandes' agent, Miguel Pino, met with several top clubs around Europe this week. Bruno Fernandes remains fully focused on the Man United. The final decision on his future is yet to be done.
Hold on. Yeah.
Bro, I swear down, please, man.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know if it's just something, I don't know. Why would you put this on your story in it? I don't know if it's still in the story. I'll have to check again. But he hasn't mentioned anything on Twitter today. So I'm just hoping that, there's some truth to it. We can possibly, but yeah, Staffy, start on this one, and then I'll chat to you about Bruno Fernandes. Olise, sorry.
I mean, there's not really much to say about it. Every agent does the same thing. If anyone thinks that footballers just stay at their clubs and agents don't negotiate with other clubs, then you probably don't know what an agent's job is to do. He's definitely listening to other offers. His job is to get Bruno Fernandes the best contract out there in any football club, and it's up to Bruno to ever ask for a move or just stay there. So there's nothing really surprising for this. If he wants to move, I won't really be so opposed to it. He can go. Hopefully, we could get good money for him, and start a rebuild with different players. He's one of those that I don't see a long future for him at United. I could see a scenario where we have him for one more year, but if we can get good money for him right now, be it. You know, there's nothing really to say about this. I know a lot of people want him out. I don't have that energy for him right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this one here. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. But in terms of the Elise, the big one is the Elise one. Elise, news coming out that Chelsea are now going to be the front runners for this signature. Academy Scoop, who's quite reliable with his sources, has said Man United fear they could miss out on prime targets, transfer target Michael Olise, with Chelsea growing increasing confidence securing the Crystal Palace signature. Chelsea confidence largely stems from recently appointed director of football Joe Shields' long-standing connections with the Frenchman. The recruitment specialist was responsible for bringing Olise to Man City at a young age and has maintained a close relationship with the winger ever since. Potential determining factor in Olise's eventual transfer destination this summer. Bro, if Chelsea, that would be a big L, you know, if Chelsea pip Man United to Olise, man. Like, generally, this is the only transfer this summer that I'm generally United can't miss out on, man, because we're gonna be selling Greenwood. We're gonna be selling Sancho, I believe. For me personally, I think we're gonna sell him. But Staffy, man, big decision here, man. United need to make a move on, man, because you know what it is. You know what they're gonna be like, Chelsea. They don't really miss out on transfers, man. I think they miss out on a couple, but normally they get there, man. They did it with Mudryk. They did it with a couple of other man. Gotta be quick, man. Gotta be quick.
Yeah, they're pretty good in the transfer market. You know, if only they were that good on the pitch, they wouldn't have struggled as they did this season. But they're pretty active in the summer, and it's going to be a big hit if we don't get him because our right wingers stink. We don't play Ahmad. Anthony, we don't need to speak about. Garnacho, even on the right side, I'm sorry, he's not it. You know, obviously we know what happened with Sancho, and he's in Dortmund. He's probably gonna get loaned out because I know there's news coming out today that Dortmund probably won't be able to afford his whole package of salary and fee and all that stuff. So we need to go and get Olise. And listen, if Ineos want to start earning the people's trust is earned, not granted, in my opinion. And I'm someone who's always appreciated action over words. And Ineos have done a lot of talking, you know, and rightfully so. I'm giving them a chance, and I just need them to start making some signings. Obviously, still early. I'm not saying I'm already impatient, but I would like to see them start the whole revolution of United strongly. I mean, what a better way to start than with an Olise signing? Because this kid, listen, we can all look at him and agree that he's very talented, one of the best wingers in the league. He's 100% supposed to be in a top 6 team in the next year or so. So why not be us? Chelsea have been very active in the transfer market since Bowley took over, and now I need to see Sir Jim back up all the stuff that he says. You know, they already got Cole Palmer. They already have so many wingers that they signed, but they're still looking for more. So we need to go ahead and be active. You know, I want us to be ruthless like we used to be. You know, back in the day, people used to pick us over any other team because of the name, because of what we bring and all that stuff. You know, and I need Sir Jim to bring that back. You know, I can't go into another season with these shit wingers that we have. I'm sorry. So Sir Jim better get on it.
Is that a smart thing to do, Staffy? Just out of curiosity. Like, just to name the wingers that we have over 5 wingers because you didn't include wingers that are on loan that need to come back. We have a limited transfer budget. The main areas of concern are centre back and in midfield. A position of creating and scoring, obviously we don't create goals, and another striker. Why are we going to go for Olise when there's other concerns to address?
You just said scoring and creating. That's a part of our issue.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the main issues that we had this season. Wouldn't you want to go for a centre back first, address the main issues?
No, I want to go for a centre back.
We have 5 right wingers.
How much?
Okay, name them. Wait, let him name him. Name the 5 wingers.
Ahmad, Palestri, Forson, Sancho. You said Garnacho can play there. Anthony, so that's even 6.
Okay,
Forson,
do you think these guys are good?
Forson's been on the bench and he's been introduced. You don't think he's going to get a chance if Ten Hag stays here next time? This is me just thinking if he stays here.
Wait.
Continue.
You want me to go into next season with these options outside of Ahmad, and obviously I rate Central, but he's not going to be in this team. You really want me to go into another Premier League season with these options?
Okay, I'm just going to say, what happens if we buy Olise and then again, we then said that we ain't got enough money, then we end up getting worse players. than we should have before in other positions. And then we're just in the same predicament where we got Mason Mount. I'm not saying he's the same player as Olise, where we spunked a lot of money on Mason Mount and the rest of the other players went up to our standard.
Sure, but that's hypotheticals. You're not dealing with.
It is hypothetical. It's not factual. I'm just asking that question.
But I can only answer within that barometer. If you tell me this, let's say this is the last week of the summer or the last month, and we know we can only afford one more signing, and you tell me, hey, we still haven't signed a center back and we still haven't signed a winger. Which one do we need more? That would be more logical because I could assess the options that we have. Who did we sell? Who did we bring in? Who did we promote from the academy or whatever? And I'll have a better judgment. But right now, it's all up in the air. Everything that you name, by the way, is not wrong. We do need a center back. We do need midfield. We need a lot of things that you named. But a right winger is one of them as well. So it's not like I'm saying, hey, let's get a right winger. Fuck everything else. The negotiations right now is with Olise. And let's be very honest. He's a very talented player. He will get scooped off the market very soon.
I think it's an easy deal to do, because
I don't think it is because Chelsea are coming in for him. If it was that,
I know, but if I'm not incorrect, it's not a matter of bidding with the club or negotiating. I think he has a release clause, so it's more of a sense that you just approach the agent and sell him the project if he wants.
That isn't correct. That isn't correct. Okay. He could have a what's it called, a buyout clause, but there's more than one club that wants him. So you still have to negotiate with them because sometimes, by the way, people pay over the buyout clause in order to pursue that, to convince that club for me to get that player. You know what I'm saying? It's not. We're not doing what Arsenal did. Remember what Arsenal added like £1 on the buyout clause to get what's his name, Suarez, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
We can't just say, that's an easy deal. 60 mil, pay. He's coming to us. He's not a hostage. We still got to convince him to come to us.
But also,
he has relationships with Chelsea.
Well, from what I heard, he's a United fan and he wanted to come to United. So
but the only problem is Joe Shield is key in this. Just Joe Shield guy is a key kind of cog in this whole deal, man.
Well, once again, which one's more important though? Like right wing or up front or midfield or centre back though? Like
all of them, man. I think all of them equally, man. I think
traditionally, we would be spending a lot of money on strikers. And we'd be going and finding gems, around other positions. So I'm not really with this 70-60 million pound centre backs and all of that. I'm not, man. I'll be honest. We need to be shopping in the 30, 35, 45 mark. And even wingers, look, some of the wingers that bro mentioned, they're there because we want to sell them. They're on loan because we want to sell them. Like prime example, Palestri, like we need to make bread on him. We bought him for what, 7 million, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. We need to make bread on him. Forsen, is another one. I don't even know if Man United are in a position to make bread on Sancho. If we can't, then loan him for another year, get that one. Mason is one that we definitely need to make bread on. And then maybe you go and look at if you want to buy another winger, one winger that'll do. But striker, centre back, midfielder is the main one. It's gonna be a situation where it's gonna be you sell a bunch of players, then you can go and buy a bunch of players because nowhere Ineos are gonna be spending their own money, is it? It's not gonna be possible. FFP are still gonna be on our back because we're not in Champions League as well. Don't forget. So if Bruno Fernandes is sold, that might bring us a shit ton of peas that can help us buy a couple of midfielders. There's Harry Maguire that need to get gone. Then there's Casemiro that's going, Varane that's going, Lindelof that might go as well. So all of these players will help us. Will help us spend the money to get new players. But it's most definitely we need to be finding gems. I'm tired of
saying. Faz was saying that, but what players are we gonna sell? This is why I'm saying it's damning. Like they've been here for that long, and I'm not hearing any players that are gonna get sold. All I'm hearing is new contract extensions. Okay,
let me look at the sell. The sell for me, I would say, Greenwood. So you can sell Greenwood for around about, I would reckon, 40 million. Is everyone calm with that? Around 40 million?
It should be
okay. Sancho, I heard today the Sky Sports.
I don't believe that.
Ain't going sold.
Listen, I don't know. What are you gonna get from 30-40 million?
He ain't getting sold, bro.
No.
Leave him out.
Okay, leave him out then, yeah?
Yeah, he should stay. He can stay.
Okay. So that's obviously you got 40 million for Greenwood. McTominay.
No, McTominay's staying apparently, but offering a new contract apparently. So that's why I said.
Listen,
where you hear this?
Leave Scott McTominay alone. You cannot sell Scott McTominay.
You should.
That's what I'm
You should-
saying,
you
man.
should, though.
We're finished, we're
His
like,
pri-
man. We're
his
No,
finished.
pri-
come on, Paz.
his price will never be higher than it
Wallahi,
is
we're
now.
finished, man.
Relax, man.
He's concussed.
Relax.
He's concussed.
We got other
Who's
priorities.
concussed?
Leave Scott McTominay alone, man. What's your lot problem?
Who's
Just leave
concussed?
him
I'm
alone.
not leaving him alone, man. I've been in the trenches for 2
Bro, have
long.
you watched him?
Ah,
The worst player to
so
ever
true.
play for Manchester United.
Of course, I watched. Leave Scott alone,
The
boy.
worst player to ever play for Manchester United.
You know what? You know, Faz, I'm being consistent. Everyone is getting it. Manager, players, like just if you're dead, you're dead, innit? So
Bro, you got Donny van de Beek to deal with, man.
Can we go back, Saeed? Can we go back to it, please? So 40 million for Greenwood. Who else?
Yeah.
Because
I for me, Scott McTominay.
McTominay and Harry Maguire, they're both apparently getting contract extensions, so they're no-goes.
Where are you hearing this, man?
Maguire's not getting a contract. Maguire's not getting a contract, Mr. X.
I heard you can say there's a good. I heard it on Talksport Radio, and I've heard it on.
No,
other
you
YouTube.
listen to Talk
Nah,
Sport,
wait,
man, bro. What's your
Wait,
sources,
Maguire's not
man?
getting a contract extension. man.
Get out of here, man.
Wait, let me finish up.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Brother, Talk Sport. Yeah.
Are you done?
Let me tell you,
Saeed, I don't want to mention.
Steven.
I don't want to mention the other channel. Saeed. I don't want to mention the other. Is a former channel where I've heard it from as well. That
Listen,
Bob used to
Steven,
be
Steven,
on.
yeah. This, you know, you came on the YouTube space, yeah. So I'm gonna give you a couple of things advice, yeah. When you come on the YouTube scene, yeah, when we are dealing with sources, yeah, we don't reference Talk Sport. Now, be seriously, man. You can do it outside of the scene, but when you come on the YouTube side, yeah, you can't mention Talk Sport as a source. You can't mention who else can we can't mention?
Yeah.
The Sun.
Couple set platforms.
Yeah,
you
the
can't.
Sun.
So I can't believe McPhelan when he's on Talksport talking about how McTominay is such a good person, and then I hear on another.
Oh, that's his opinion. That's his opinion.
Wait, no. And I heard. I'm not going to mention the name of the YouTube platform, but both who used to be on it, we both know that individual has links into the club, and I heard it from their platform as well. Apparently,
Brother, they got no links. I'm telling you. Wallahi, like, there's no links.
don't be salty, Faz. Don't be
I'm
salty.
telling you.
Don't be salty, Faz.
No links.
Don't be salty, Faz. Don't be salty,
Bro,
man.
listen,
Why
man.
would they- okay, I'm
El
telling you,
Chogrito.
yeah.
El
You know
Chogrito.
what? You know what?
Yeah.
The crazy thing is,
In
I'll tell you straight.
Kalia.
I'll tell
Don't
you
listen
straight.
to them.
Indicalio.
No,
Yeah.
hold on. I'll tell you straight. It's not the thing is what people don't know, they don't know, innit? One centre back and a winger. The two agents of those players are the only two that communicate directly. There you go, I said it. You sue me, what you want to do, I said it. A centre back and a winger. That is it. If you don't even believe me, yeah, go and check the history and add 2 + 2. Just go and check. How come Tosin's agent represents another player that? Just go and check. Just go and check.
You know what's mad,
If
yeah?
I'm lying, I'm dying. I ain't got no incentive to lie. It ain't about being salty. It's because I am telling you that there's no point believing. You know, how can man just wake up saying, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I heard Scott McTominay is gonna stay in Manchester United. He's gonna get what?
Come on, man. It don't work like that, man.
It don't work like that.
Let
I'm
me-
telling you.
Let me bring in CK, yeah, because obviously, you know, how much would you say roughly CK would be of like money wise? Can we recuperate from player sales realistically? Because I'm going to come to you because obviously you're going to be the most objective here. So go on.
Well,
I
what are
feel
you saying
like
about us?
No. But you know, I mean, big up CK.
I don't know. I'm thinking Greenwood. I don't think Sancho. I think Sancho will probably go back on loan to Dortmund, if I'm being honest. So that'll be another like 5 million, 40 million for Greenwood. I think might be a little bit much. Probably like 30 in my opinion.
Okay.
McTominay and like Maguire. If they both go, we could probably get another 25-ish, 30 between the both of them. Who else is gonna go this summer? I'm trying to think. We
Lindelof.
can't sell Anthony. Lindelof, that's another 10. Probably.
Lindelof just for free. Let him go, man.
You can't
Yeah,
sell Varane.
and-
You can't let go of Varane, Maguire, and Lindelof
Not
at the
that-
same time.
No, you can't let all three go.
Yeah, but we should have kept Varane, and I've been saying it for 2 years, and people say, "Yeah, but he's injured." Like, yeah, come on, he's our best centre back, and he's been the fittest.
Yeah, hope you're
Probably
happy,
like
chaps.
100. Probably
This
like
is what
100
we
million.
said. You know what I did a tier
Wan-Bissaka.
list, yeah? I did a tier list, yeah, on
Wan-Bissaka, yeah.
you remember I did it on playback, yeah.
Saeed? You know what, Saeed? I've said that many times on your shows, on many other platforms. When we don't know what is the priority, signing or like so. The problem is the coaching. Because when you have a good team that is well drilled, it's easy to spot the weaknesses. If we create a lot of chances, but the striker is dead, you need to spend a lot of money on the striker. Now we have a problem. Maybe a right back, maybe fitness, maybe center back, midfield, wingers. We don't know what's the priority. That means we don't form a coherent and cohesive unit. That means the problem is with the coaching. On top of, because if you have a set of poor players, you can have poor players doing the same thing week in, week out. And they will just be shit at doing the same thing, but you can still coach them to be bad. But at the moment, we need a striker, we need a winger. We don't know how good our players are, to be honest. Because if we have a good manager now, maybe you can have Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho, Ahmad, Anthony for next season and spend a lot more on a forward or in the midfield. If we have a poor man, if Erik Ten Hag stays, he cannot ever be allowed to spend money on the right wing again. Just logically. He lost that right. He lost that privilege. Wow. So we can speak here all day about which player going in, which player going out, but at the end of the day, it's just not good overall.
You know what's mad? I don't know if big up to Andy Wallace says gold fraud doesn't know anything. Anthony Agent follows me on IG. Lol, he's a clown. But did everyone agree with that list there? Like, does anyone have any?
Can you put it back up, please?
Yeah. This list there. Does anybody agree with it?
I forgot about Casemiro. Hopefully we can.
I don't know why Amrabat's on sale and Eriksen. They got their contracts are done. No.
Oh yeah, sorry. To be fair, yeah, free agent, yeah. And who else did you say?
Luke Shaw.
Eriksen, has he got one more year?
You have to be realistic, though, innit? You have to be realistic, man. You have to be realistic. I want him sold, but this is the most realistic sell.
How is this realistic, Saeed? How?
Okay, go on. How is it not? How is it not?
Your books, bro.
Take Anthony off. Take Anthony off.
No. If we take Anthony off, we take Rashford off because one has been taking the piss for 8 years and it's been shit, and the other one only.
You can't. Adam, it's not feasible. You're not going to recoup the money on Anthony and
Rashford. So what?
They are on big wages and new contracts. One has
you said be realistic. Realistically, the club are not going to do either one. I don't believe.
So you think they're gonna keep him? Yeah. Okay. Say no more.
I think they're gonna keep him. I will get rid of him. I think they're gonna keep him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just understood what you meant.
Everyone else.
McTominay. I don't believe they're gonna sell McTominay either.
I don't think they will. They should.
I have a big problem.
They should sell him, but I don't think they're gonna get rid of him.
They ain't gonna sell him.
I saw something today about Bayindir apparently going to Celtic.
Yeah, Bayindir is gonna go to Celtic or something.
No. It got
apparently got ruled out. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying, Saeed, that it's easy to say, all the people are going to buy in the summer, but where we generate this money from? This is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying, why hasn't this been sorted out?
Yeah, but you know what?
The season just finished, man. Relax.
And we have the Varane wages. We have the Ronaldo wages.
The window hasn't opened yet. How do you want us to sell it?
Come on, man.
There's 2 weeks. There's 2 weeks until the
Adam,
window.
you're gonna say something. What are you gonna say, Adam?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like we have the Pogba wages, Cavani wages, Varane wages, Ronaldo wages, David De Gea wages, Pogba. Did I say Pogba? You have many the Matic as well. Yeah, of course we gave contracts and we signed players. But we got a lot of money just from those wages, to be honest.
Where was those wages in January?
Yeah, but in January we had the new ownership. Like, of course, they don't want decisions to be taken without them making the decisions. Like, I'm not defending anyone. Like, you can hurt all you want, but I'm not defending anyone. It's just the money. If I spend over 1 billion on something, I'm waiting. You have to wait for me to come in and make decisions. And you would probably do the same. You don't get to spend my money without me having an input. Wait for me. I just spent $1 billion+ on the club. Look, I'm not defending anyone here. Like, and I'm not defending any Ineos or anyone. I'm skeptic just as much as you are. But just what do you want me to say, mate?
Exactly, man. I think for me, you know what it is. If you go get Olise, and then this situation here with Lenny Yorro as well. Man United are still active in this pursuit of Lenny Yorro, 18 though, man. So he is a bit of a situation there. But do you want to miss out on a top talent like Lenny Yorro, 18 years old, who has got 1 year left on his contract?
Don't mind. It happens all the time. There'll be another one. Like right now, you need to be stable. Don't have this. People keep thinking about this. Oh, if we miss out on this, we miss out on this. Stable. Like keep calm. Sort out what you need.
I actually agree.
I agree with that. To be fair,
agree because talents come out every 6 months, bro. Every 6 months, you'll hear another player. Like remember bro, like Sheshko and Hakpo and all of them, bro, chili sauce, garlic sauce, they used to tell me, bro, these lot like, oh, look at these players next to Man United. Look, bro, it's like players will come and go every 6 months. People, unless you're real generational talent, that Endrick type, Kobe Mino type, then it's okay.
Yorro has the capability to be a generational talent, though,
Yeah,
for sure.
But nowadays, CK, they hype up every player. They say every
No,
player is
he's legit. He's legit.
Yeah,
He will be one of the best center backs in the world for the next decade. 100%. He's available for £40 million.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion. So
It's damn like it is my opinion, but like
Ravel Morrison was touted to be Ravel Morrison was the most talented youth player. There's other factors mitigating things.
I know.
It's crazy, bro.
Harry Maguire was better than who?
Jesus,
Beckenbauer, yeah? A certain someone said Harry Maguire was better than Beckenbauer, bro.
Just because players can flop doesn't mean that there aren't generational talents that come up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about generational talent, but me, I don't care about generational talent. I care about stability. I don't want to take a gamble. I don't want to take
generational talent.
I don't want to take
You're
a
exactly
gamble.
taking a
gamble. How's it a gamble?
You're calling him a generational talent. I haven't seen enough of him to call him that. And you're calling him a generational talent. For me, no. There's easy wins there. Centre back, if you don't want to spend that much money, Tosin's up for free.
There's a million. Every club is in for Tosin. There's no guarantee that we get it.
If you've not seen enough of him and you don't know he's a generational talent, if someone has, you can't then fight him and call him out saying it don't matter if not. If he's telling you that he is because he knows enough about him, then he's telling you that he is because he's.
And Adam, do you know my rebuttal is? Oh, sorry, double way. Do you know my rebuttal was to that? You want to spend 40 million, and I'm saying we can get a centre back for free in Tosin and spend that 40 million somewhere else where it's more important.
But if you've got an 18-year-old who's going to be generational, then 40 million is a wise investment than someone who's 27. Listen. Than someone who's 27 who is only ever going to be a squad player and who's going to be on a 4 or 5 year contract.
That's a shout.
That's a squad player. When you've got an 18-year-old in 2, 3, 4 years, he's going to be starting centre back for 10 years. I know where I'd put my money.
And you know what, Double A? This is exactly why I would have kept Varane. I would have sold the others to get the money for Yorro, and you have Varane, and then you get a young, talented centre back to learn to play all the time.
Yeah, and Saeed, you know my rebuttal is to that as well. Respectfully, I do agree with you, but I think that too many people have this FIFA or Football Manager headset on too much, where they think in reality, you need to bring stability. Stability to me is easy wins. All of this generational talent, you don't need that. Just bring in stability, because those are literally the fundamentals of how we were successful in the back. Yes, we had generational talents in the old squad, but we also had stability. We had players like West Brown, John O'Shea, Jinsun Park, Darren Fletcher that all played the pivotal role. There's too many star boy here, star boy there. Sometimes just start and bring some stability rather than spunking money where it doesn't need to be spunk.
So how is this Fulham centre back that you don't really know can cut it at the top levels? Stability.
I do, because I've seen him in the Premier League. Let's not do that.
Well, you've seen him play for Fulham, but you've not seen him play at the highest level possible. United swallows up a lot of players. We've seen that over and over again. How's Tosin different to anyone, an 18-year-old who can still develop? Tosin's in his peak. We've probably seen the best of him.
If he's on a free, it doesn't matter if we go spend 40 million.
Exactly.
You can get two. We can still get him.
Yeah, we can still get Yorro and Tosin. Would you not want that, Stephen? Tosin and Yorro, you could get.
I'd rather have Tosin or somebody else. I don't want that role. It's somebody else.
Wait. So why do you want somebody else?
Do somebody else.
Hold on.
Who's somebody else?
You can have the Barcelona centre back. I can't pronounce his name. Arujo. I can't pronounce his name properly.
That's 70 million.
Oh my God.
70 million.
Insanio as well. Sporting Lisbon. Insanio at Sporting Lisbon as well.
No.
Who? Diamond?
I say no. So we don't watch ball as well.
No, you know what's lovely, Estrella? You know what's lovely?
You just named a center back that's 70 million.
Yeah,
it's not even that. No.
You said it's 70 million.
Oh, he will.
Ronald Araujo is at least 70 million.
I've just mentioned Insanio as well. Sporting Lisbon centre back. He's 21.
That guy's
Inacio. Let me hear from Stuffy. Stuffy, go ahead.
No. It's baffling to me that Estrella's argument to why he doesn't want Euro. One of the reasons was that Tosin is Premier League proven, but his rebuttal was 2 non-Premier League proven defenders. like I just don't get it. Araujo hasn't played in the Premier League, and Inacio hasn't played in the Premier League. So I just don't get it. The only reason, by the way, Yorro is that cheap, because 40 million is cheap for him, by the way, is because his contract is just like peanuts.
Yep.
If you see his contract compared to his price, you would understand why he's valued at 40 million. Because you remember who who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Camavinga when he met to Madrid. The only reason Camavinga was that cheap was because of his contract situation. These players, especially when Real Madrid starts sniffing around these players, when they're rated by these scouts, you're in for something. And this is why Madrid every year they end up getting some amazing gems from Brazil, and we just never get anything near them. Look at their squad that they built over the last few years. I could swear to you, every year someone made an argument why we don't need Camavinga, why we don't need Tchouaméni, why we don't need this, why do we need... Bro, they just got Endrick, who everyone's saying he's going to be the next Pele, this, and that. And you're telling me here, oh, yeah, let's not go for the Lenny Euros of this world, because I'd rather have a Jean O'Shea and a Wes Brown in my team to stabilize it. That makes no sense, brother. We can still get the Tosins if they... Listen, I understand your shot on Tosin, because I want him too, because especially that he's for free and I rate him. But just because you can get one for free, it doesn't mean that you don't get the main meal. It's like if you go to a restaurant, if you order a burger today, you'll get free chips. Are you saying, wait, hold on, let me just get the free chips, I don't want the burger no more? No, you still want to get the whole thing. I want to go get the next big thing in defenders, the 18-year-old who's rated by everyone in Europe, and everyone wants to get him, including Madrid and the biggest teams. And at the same time, I'm going to go and get my depth from the Premier League provers like Tosin. The two things can be correct at the same time. I just don't understand why you want to just snub someone like that. And by the way, if you don't think he's generational, that's very fine. Because listen, I know CK on a personal level, a lot of times we talk, there's players I call generational, he doesn't. There's players he called generational that don't. That's very subjective. But we can't sit here and dispute that this guy's not one of the highest prospects in Europe, and everyone should be going in for them. I don't get why you would snub it.
I agree with you. And you know what? I would much rather spend the money on Yorro than on Olise. I'll be real.
Oh.
So that's a convo I'm willing to have. I swear that's a convo I'm willing to have. Because you're prioritizing the future of our center back. Go ahead, Istra.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, mate.
I was going to say, in terms of structuring, when I'm saying bringing Tosin, obviously he's free. Then obviously there's money going to be left there again, in it. I'm saying not necessarily go for a generational young player who hasn't come to the Premier League in a dysfunctional team, because I don't know if they're keeping his manager here. It is a dysfunctional team. You're willing to spend that money on a player who might need more assistance rather than getting somebody else like a Gahey from Crystal Palace, where there could be a deal done. I'm just thinking about the way I look at it is like, I don't disagree with you. He might be a good player, might be a generational player. That's fine. But I don't see the need of doing that in just that position when there's easy wins other places. If that makes sense. If that makes sense.
Where would you put that 40 million?
I feel like if you get him, if you spend his money stuff, I'm not saying don't spend it, it's what comes with it. So when I'm saying this, you're not factoring that this guy's a hot prospect, right? So you've just said Real Madrid, all the top clubs are sniffing around him. When you're going to go for these players, it's going to create a whirlwind where it's like, everyone's bidding. It's going to be, and it's going to drag along. I want efficiency. That's why I'm saying bringing someone like Tosin at free is pretty straightforward. Someone like Gahey or whoever else I mentioned before, it's more feasible because it's just quick. The sooner we get them into the team, the sooner we can embed the philosophy, rather than generational talent. We're spending all summer chasing them, and then it's just long. We're jumping from this signing to this signing to this potential signing. That's just my logic behind it.
With this new structure as well, what you'll see is that we won't be dilly-dallying around one transfer. We'll be quickly moving on, and we'll have profiles rather than names. So we'll have a database. Same people
that haven't confirmed the manager.
But again, that's because you're impatient, bro. That's
why I'm like double A, because me and him both agree. Like I'm the way you're saying it is Ineos, the new structure.
By the way, they're two completely different points. By the way, one is make a decision based on circumstances that they believe they need to take time on, and one is actual ideology on transfers. So can you separate the two, please? One is based on managers, whatever. This is based on what their philosophy is, right? So if they have a name out there, they're not just going to wait around and say, right, we've not got him. They're going to have similar profiles that they believe they could go and get, which is good. They'll have a database, they'll run through that, and they'll be like, you know what, we haven't got that target, we'll now move on to the next target. That's how they're going to run. They're not going to run like beforehand where we're going to wait all summer for De Jong or whatever. They're not going to move like that. They're going to try and say, right, we've not got Olise, right, we'll move on to the next profile. That's how they're going to move. You know, Omar Barada, go check his. Go. Have you watched any of Omar Barada's situation at Man City and whatnot? If you look at how efficient they are, they're crazily efficient, man. They're not going to be moving like the old regime. This is what a lot of you guys have got to get in your heads. I know it's PTSD, but this is a new regime we're talking about right now.
I agree with you, Saeed.
They're going to be acting proper. Yeah.
I agree with you, Saeed, but my thing is that I'm judging it from the moment they've entered, yeah? Fair enough, they've got the right people in play, but when they're doing things like, they're letting one of the employees get dragged completely online and they can easily prevent this or just bring an end to this, they're allowing it to happen. News about players not coming or conducting themselves in the correct way still continue under their watch, whether they're doing a strategic review. Like you said, you've just spent money on this. So I'm assuming that you'd want to let your authority know and be straight away, but crap still happening at the club. So that's the way I'm looking at it. You're looking at it as maybe an objective way, where it's, let's just all like tag along and see what they have to offer. But I can't because of the PTSD, unfortunately. So I'm waiting for them to do something more stringent and something more sufficient. I'll be like, okay, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, but you know what, Stephen, if you admit that it's PTSD, then you also admit that it's not a rational thinking, because PTSD is not rational by definition. So you agree that you are not thinking straight about this.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can agree. I'm not ignorant. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, true.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, it's a key decision for me this summer. You've got Branthwaite as well, who, like I said, a lot of people think he's overrated and whatnot, and we don't want to go down that route. But if Everton are in financial trouble, I believe that he could go for as little as 40 million. I mean, I know they want 60, 70 million.
They want like 75 million from. They're not going to cut.
No, but if that, you walk away.
You walk away. Yeah,
exactly. But that's I would walk away.
We won't pay more than like 50.
What about Colwell at Chelsea? What would you give up on him already?
Give up already? I don't know if we're in for him. Anyways, are we even in for Colwell?
No. I'm saying as a replacement, because when he was at Brighton, there was hype, and then obviously he's coming to a dysfunctional Chelsea team. He hasn't really been blessed with injuries and stuff. I'm thinking they need to sell some players as well. Could that be a shout? Because I'm hearing relinquish them.
But we don't need a left center back to begin with. It's a useless argument to have right now, because we have Martinez and we still don't know what we're gonna do with Shaw. We know he's a replacement for the left center back position.
I think we should sell him. He can't stay fit. He's not reliable.
No, that's fine. I hear that. A lot of people do want to sell him, but I'm just saying, as we are right now, we do have enough left-footed defenders in our team. When you look at who left, Varane left. That is what we need to address now, because that's factual. I already know next season I don't have Varane. I don't know if I'll have Shaw or not, so I'm not going to talk about that because that's still up in the air. Let's talk about the facts right now. Evans is leaving, and Varane already left. We need a starting right-footed center back. When you look at Branthwaite, I don't think we need him. I know there's a lot of people that rate him. I don't think we need him. And to be fair, I think he's way overpriced. If we're going to prioritize a defender, we need to get someone who's right-footed. If you're telling me to pick between Yorro, Todibo, or Branthwaite, I'm going for Todibo or Yorro first, because they give us what we actually need. And that's back to what you were talking about, Estrella, efficiency and filling what we need right now and stability. I'm not going to be stable going into next year knowing my only two right-footed starting center backs are Maguire and Lindelof as it stands. I need to go sign someone else. Todibo can play center back and can play right back. There's diversity. Lenioro, as much as he's young, but he's right-footed, and he's been profiled as someone who's very similar to Varane. And we already talked about how much we like that partnership between Varane and Lisandro. So we would much more important for us to go get that guy. Colwell and all these guys, I don't see the need. The fact that we're even entertaining it should not be. I find it baffling. And we should actually be talking about this guy right now, Chalobah, because you're talking about the wrong
Chalobah
center back.
Sure.
You're linked with Chalobah. The fact that we're linked with Chalobah, I'm not gonna lie. I just woke up and saw that news, and it disgusted me for a couple hours. I didn't even have breakfast. No
rejects,
Wallah, I didn't have breakfast, bro. I was like, no, Allah, I'm not having breakfast. I was pissed, bro. Chalobah, what are we going for Chalobah for?
I think he couldn't
start in a young. Yeah, but he couldn't start in a young Chelsea team that did a rebuild. What are we doing with him? Like, because it's 25 mil. Nah, bro, it's a joke.
25.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, around that.
That's calm. I can't lie. 25. That's calm.
What?
It's a good price, but bro, it's not.
He's not bad. At all? He's pretty.
Yeah,
but I just can't be asked helping Chelsea, man. I'll be honest with you, man.
Yeah, we already gave them the money.
I'd rather get Gave or Crystal Palace than get him.
Yeah,
That's
that gave us
That's 50 more million.
50 million,
Like-
exactly. I
If
mean, it's
you- if you can, like I said, these are Ineos people negotiate. Have we not got players that we could do a swap deal with? I know it's obviously difficult, but there's ways around it.
If you go in Palace for a centre
If
back,
you're talking about
getting
FIFA
Anderson or
mindset,
Bale.
you're talking about
No.
swap deals.
By the way, this is still so
No,
early.
it's not swap deals. You
Too
pay
early on.
plus cash.
yeah. Go on, Faz. What are you
And
saying?
This is still very early on. Like, this is just paper talk even now. All of these prices, yeah, that we're saying. Like, Ineos have people in position, yeah, where they're gonna be doing the deals are gonna be very crazy. Like, they're gonna be putting clauses and stuff in there. You're not gonna be paying the exact money that you're seeing on the paper. And it's like I say, it's too early to be even deciding. There's a whole Euros to deal with before we even, start seeing which player goes where and what prices they're on. You don't know what happens, in the transfer market. You don't even know which player we end up signing. It's Man United, so we're going to be linked with all of these other players. But these 50+ million pound players, unless you're generational and world class right now, absolutely 0 point looking at. Absolutely 0 point, man.
Yeah.
I just want to know where you get the money from, though. That's the honest truth, though, because we never finished that thing about generating the money. You keep saying selling, but I'm saying the players realistically, I don't believe.
Bro, we're always gonna have money, bro. We're always gonna spend.
Always,
Man.
man.
Man United were the highest spenders of any club ever whilst being in Europa, bro. We spent $250 million.
We spent more than one, yeah.
The same brief comes out every year. Oh, we don't know where the money
money. Exactly.
300 million in the summer. We're gonna buy.
I think what we're gonna have to do. What we're gonna have to do is, I think we're gonna have to accept whatever players are just not the ones that we necessarily want to sell, but whatever we receive offers for. So it's like, I know maybe we want to sell McTominay. Well, if there's no offers not coming from McTominay, but someone comes in and he's like, Fenerbahce is an example, or Galatasaray, I forgot who, wants Lindelof. If they come in and say 10, 50 mil from Lindelof, okay, there you go. You're not my first priority to go, but there you go. I'll sell you. That's 10, 15 mil that just came out of nowhere. Then, I don't know. I want to sell Maguire, but I couldn't get an offer for Maguire. Got an offer for, I don't know, Casemiro from Saudi Arabia, 40 mil. Okay, I wanted to get rid of Maguire first, but no problem. Here you go. I got rid of Casemiro. You need to get some of these guys off that wage bill, especially the likes of Casemiro, so you can start putting big names back on that bill. Because when you have him collected 350K, and to be fair, he's not good enough, and you want to get the likes of Olise, and you want to get all these guys that we're talking about, you need to clear up some space. So we're going to have to go by the first offers. I'm going to be very honest with you. Because you look at us, and we're not an attractive team to approach this summer. I'm not going to lie. Like, no one is coming to us and saying, I want to have as many United players.
You don't think so? You don't think so, Staffy? Because I think some of our low-grade players have had good end to the season. Scott McTominay's had decent amount of goal contributions. Maguire, everyone's complimenting how good he's been since the captaincy's been taken off him. You got Lindelof, who, when he does play, he's been all right. Ericsson, apparently he's still okay. People complain when he wasn't starting, even though he offers nothing physically in midfield. But there are still some players where I think they still hold value. Like, if Conor Gallagher is worth 40 million, I think Scott McTominay is as well. You can call me crazy, but
I agree with you with that one. I actually agree with that one. I said that before. But when I say we're not attractive to approach in the summer, I'll tell you what. Look at Palace as an example. When clubs are looking at Palace, besides the fact that Palace are meant to be more of a selling club than us, when you look at their 11, do people want Olise? Yes. Do people want Eze? Yes. Do people want what's his name, Morton? Yes. Do people want Gehi? Yes. Do people want what's his name, Anderson? Yes. These are people these are the players that clubs will be willing to go and actually have a bidding war to get some of them. These are just some names that I named. When it comes to United, there's not a lot of attractive, like outside of like maybe Mainu. I don't think anyone is looking at our squad after that season that we had, and they're like, we will do anything we can to get these players off United. Like, we're not that squad anymore. Back then, yes, we kept our best squad because we're a big club, but we had a lot of teams lurking for our talent. This team is not filled with talent to the point where we're guaranteed. If let's say they come in with a bid for Lindelof as an example, I feel like that's just an easy. They come in 10, 15 mil, and we're like, you know what? Maybe we can shop around a little bit longer. No, that is not going to happen because you don't know how many times people are going to come in for these players. So that's what I'm saying. We will have to take this summer a lot of first offers. Obviously, negotiate a little bit to get a little bit more price. But some of these players, there won't be teams queuing up the door for him. I'm being very honest with you. We don't have that type of talent anymore.
Can I just factor in really quickly? Yeah, some of these players that need to go. Just remember, even though they're like, we all know that they're not good enough to our standards, they're on high contracts, like high wages. So even if we agree to sell them for like 15, 10 million, the
Who,
complication.
like who? Sancho.
No, no. Yeah, but I'm thinking more like, remember when we went back to Harry Maguire, like, somebody, West Ham wanted him. They said he's going to go down from 2 to 1. He goes, all right, then pay me the difference. He goes, no, so then he stays. So, like, that could happen to other players as well that are on high wages. That's why I'm just saying you have to kind of be realistic when you're thinking about who you're selling. But Staff, everything you said, I agree with, innit? But you just got to be kind of factor that in. That's why I was thinking there's certain players who I think are easy wins to get rid of because you can get money for them and it's viable, but they're on high wages.
Yeah, you
Also,
we've played, just quickly, Adam, sorry, with players like that, obviously, and this is where Saeed's talking about Ineos, this is where this whole culture has to change, because with players like Maguire, they're listed against the debt as assets. So he's an £80 million asset against that debt all the time. This is where you have to hope Ineos change that thinking. And for me, McTominay and Maguire, their stock's never going to be any higher than it is right now. After the seasons you've said, Australia, they've probably had their best seasons for Manchester United consistently over a season. So both of them going to be at the Euros. You have to hope they have a good European Championships as well. And the briefing from the club was everyone's up for sale. They'll listen to offers for anyone.
Yeah.
But if we get decent offers, Ineos have to start listing, because, like you say, if the well's running dry, which we know it kind of is, and we are kind of hoping upon sales to recoup money to then go and buy players, McTominay and Maguire, two of the biggest ones you're going to say this summer are probably going to be the two that you're looking at. Rashford's going nowhere. Bruno, he's putting all that crap out, but let's be honest, he's probably going nowhere either. Those two are probably going to bring the most money in. So you have to be looking at it sensibly and saying, right, well, unless they, like you were saying before, they're selling off all the young talent like they have done for the last couple of seasons. That's not really going to run now, because the two young talents you're looking at are Manu and Garnacho, who are important to the first 11 or first squad, definitely. McTominay and Maguire are the two you're looking at that are going to bring the most money. And for me, they have to be looking at the front door. And even for them, they have to be telling them, listen, you can stay, but you ain't going to play. And we will be looking to sell you. Doesn't matter. You won't be getting a new contract. So if you want him to play regular first team football, you know, Maguire's over 30 now, McTominay's nearly 28. You need to start looking. And this is what these players have been needing to hear for a long time. This safety blanket that's Manchester United needs to be taken from under the rug, because they can't sit on the laurels. Like, they can't do a Phil Jones anymore and just sit there on their ass and get injured every transfer window and can't be sold. We need to get rid of these players that aren't going to improve us.
I don't think Harry Maguire's going to go anywhere. Like, if Varane's gone, I think Maguire's more rated than Lindelof is at the club, if I'm being honest. And like,
that's fair.
And this whole thing about everyone, everyone in this chat is a proper football fan, innit? Like, you would love to play for the club. People need to understand and factor this in. Like, some people that are in these positions of being a footballer, they don't actually care about being football. They just makes them money. So like, when you say about, the club telling them they won't be playing the following season, you would be aggrieved and be like, I want to play. Some of them don't care. If I'm getting 200k a week to just train, do up smiley pictures, Insta pictures, and do the deals and sit on the bench, I'm taking that money because I know the following summer I'm going to get the sign-on fee and I'm going to get more money. So it's like, not everyone's a United fan.
I agree with that, but Maguire and McTominay don't come across as those type of players for me. I think
Maguire done it against West Ham. If you're not that type of player, take the wage cut and dip. He said no, pay the difference.
But he has come out and said, whether you believe it or not, he believed he could get back into the Manchester United team. And we have to remember, dropping from United to West Ham is a chasm. They're never going to get a club like Manchester United again. So him staying and thinking he can get a chance, obviously it worked out for him. But obviously the season before, and this is where I blame Ten Hag, and Ten Hag's not really strong enough. And we talk about, with Flawless mentions it all the time, Ten Hag should have said, like he did the season before when he wasn't playing Maguire at all and he thought his cards, were numbered. He should have backed that this season as well and said the same thing. You're not playing. You're not going to play. Look for a move. He hasn't, and he's allowed them both back into the team. Where for me, a strong manager says, if I'm not going to play you, you're not going to play at all. And he's let them back.
You know what's bad as well, guys. Yeah.
Listen, Spurs were playing fullbacks as centre backs. I don't hear me this injury.
Come on. So okay, cool.
He's playing Casemiro centre back, so he could have played Amrabat.
Yeah,
Casemiro all season.
After this, I'm never going to come on the stream again and say, anything about Ten Hag. But let's address this now, right, please. If he was playing, if Harry Maguire's fit, and you're playing somebody else in his position, and we lost, you would be deeply aggrieved. Please, let's not pretend.
If I knew the reasons why, I don't rate Maguire. So if I knew the reasons why, and the manager doesn't want him at the club, and he's expressed that, and he was willing to let him go, I back the manager on that because he doesn't want him in the squad. Same with Sancho. If he's not going to apologise, he shouldn't be at the club. I'm about Manchester United and what's best for the team. If the manager doesn't think Maguire is best for the team and he doesn't want to play him, then I'm about that. Then
Can I just say as well, yeah. Can I just say as well? I think also as well they're figuring out the style of play as well for next season. That's why I think that decision there is hinged on the fact that, you know, we're going to be seeing a different style as well next season. So that's where I'm like, another reason why, for people that are wondering why they're taking so long, transfers, what type of transfers, what type of profiles, can this manager play under this manager? They're going to be looking at every single thing, you know, not just one part of it. They're going to be looking at the whole team. And that's why it's taking so long as well.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. Also gone.
Big up to everyone who's locked in. We've got some super chats here. Sell Rashford for 60 million and bring in 2 more essential players. And Zamey has to say double A Rashford talking to Arsenal. No, he's not, mate.
I hope
no, he's
so.
not.
I hope so. And this is another thing really quickly I want to touch on, yeah. If he goes, I don't want anyone to be upset and say this RVP thing. I'm tired because people are moving like this United.
RVP, what do you mean?
You know how he left, he dipped from Arsenal, came here, and he won a trophy, and he won the league with us. I'm hearing some chatters, I've heard some United fans get scared, like, what if he goes to Arsenal and wins? Like, me personally, I'm not a cryptocurrency owner. That's what you're basically doing. You're hoping someone that's been dead is gonna come good. I'd rather just let him go and start again. Like, honestly. And then Adam, I wanted to ask you, with Varane leaving the club, as Double A said, previously Maguire thought he could fight his way into the team. With Varane leaving, do you think that he's going to have the same idea again, that he wants to fight for next season?
Yeah, I think Maguire will do it, to be fair. You know what my problem is it's very simple. I just hope the club learns who are the good players and who are the shit ones, and we start selling the shit ones and keeping the good. It comes down to this.
That's it. It comes down to that, man. 100%. Let's talk about the left back.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the left back. Start with you, CK. What left backs are you looking to come in? Because obviously Luke Shaw, you know what I mean? I don't think he's the answer. What are you saying, CK, man?
For me, Nori would be the number 1 for me from Wolves. I think he can do everything that a modern fullback needs to do, modern left back needs to do. Come into midfield, overlap, underlap, you know, good in build up, technically secure, good in the final third as well. So he would be number 1 priority for me. I saw today we were maybe linked with is it Kerkez from Bournemouth?
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've seen of him this season, he's been solid. For the right price, I think he'd definitely be a good option as well. But the left back market isn't that. It's not that there's not too many crazy options. Obviously, you have your like number 1, like big names like a Teo Hernandez or someone, but that's going to be a lot of money.
Davis.
So, what you say?
Davies,
yeah. For me, he's a bit. He's great going forward, but in the back forward, defending in the Premier League, I don't.
That's how I feel about the Wolves left back. To be honest, like he's not. First of all, I don't believe he's consistent. Technically, he's not very consistent. He's very good going forward. Going backwards is another story, and I feel Davis over him because solely of his pace. Same way Kyle Walker was able to hone in his skills, and his pace basically assisted him in doing that. I think Davis could do the same thing and adapt to the Premier League. I'm assuming the price will probably be like 40 million, if that.
No, I think apparently he's staying now. Apparently he might consider sign a new contract, Davies.
Did he change his mind? Is it that
yeah. Company.
Why do you think Nori isn't consistent? What are some bad games that you've seen from him?
I feel like when I say consistent, I don't mean as in visible bad games in a row. I mean like his concentration spell. Like he reminds me of the goalkeeper at Tottenham, Gomez. Do you remember? There's moments that he does a quality, but then he will just switch off, and there's moments of lapse. The same when you were saying earlier, like Casemiro, he's this world around player. I've seen, man, the ball's coming to you on a half turn, and you're messing around with it, and then they go on and score, or like you're just like taking it so easy, you're heading it backwards in the box to the goalkeeper, thinking, "Oh, this is casual." Like there's just too much where you believe over in your ability, and you're too laxed. I don't really like that, and especially in defence, I don't like that at the back. I like it further up the pitch.
But again, he's more of a wing back anyway. But again, like I said, in the new system that we play, you never know what he could be. But I think Kerkez is a good player, very young, but still.
Looks good this season. I like.
I forgot about Anthony Robinson as well.
Yes,
a fantastic season. Gutierrez as well. Rona, I like those links when we was linked to him earlier on in the season.
Are we not going to just right back? Are we not going to just right back as well? By the way.
No, I'm good with that.
Because if Wan-Bissaka goes, we've just got Delo.
I don't think Bissaka goes.
He asked me.
Hopefully he does go because he's not good
There's
enough.
too many players. That's too much change.
But he can't play his football though, Faz. It's been established that he can't play his style of football, so he has to go.
Any style. Exactly.
He can't play this. He can't play dog shit style of football. We don't know if he can play a proper style of football. We're gonna find out.
You mean, Faz?
Yeah, he said he could play dog shit style of football.
I'll be totally honest. Faz, I'll be totally honest with you. I agree in terms of like he's a bit underrated, but I've seen Wan-Bissaka. He's not collectively good on the ball. Like overlapping, it's like he has to be told. He doesn't do it himself naturally going forward. He pulls the attack too many times.
He ain't
You can't criticize Dalot, man. That's his boy, man. That's Faz's guy, man. You can't criticize him.
He's everybody's guy now.
He's not my guy. Dalot's not my guy. That's why I want another right back in. I want to bring in Jeremy Frimpong. He's not my guy.
You want to replace Dalot?
Frimpong's an attacker, bro.
I never said I want to replace him.
Who do you rate? Wallahi, let me ask you a question.
Because I said I want another player, that means I'm replacing him. No, I just don't recall having one good player or one decent player in one position. It's competitive. It's a competitive sport. Your place not guaranteed because you're
do you want someone to start? Do you want someone to start instead of Dalot?
I want someone to compete with him because I don't personally feel like
rotation is fine. But do you want someone? Do you not think Dalot's good enough to start? Is that what you're saying? Or do you trust Dalot, but you want a proper backup because you don't trust Bissaka being a backup? That's why I'm asking that.
I would say I don't. Me personally, I'm not fully sold on Dalot, but I wouldn't mind him as my starting right back. I would want someone to compete with him. That's the only thing.
Do you think Jeremy Frimpong can defend in a back four in the Premier League?
Once again, it's not about. I just mentioned that's the player that I want. There's another right back you could go for, and I don't know if he can't defend in the Premier League. I've seen him play Champions League football. I've seen him play Europa League football.
Do you know that his manager that took him to the Euro said he's taking him as a winger?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with the price?
Average position.
What's that got to do with the price? McTominay was playing centre back for Scotland. I don't understand.
No. Okay, good. So my point is that for his team, he plays very advanced. Did you watch his average position in that the Europa League final? He was he was positioned ahead of the striker. That's how advanced he plays off the pitch. So that was his average position that day. The point that I'm trying to tell you is, and that's why CK is telling, do you think he can play as in a back four in the Premier League? Is because he doesn't defend. He just fit a system that allows him to attack, but on paper he's listed more as a defender, even though he does no defensive duties. Which is why defensive wise he can't touch Dalot. I'll tell you that. Like he literally,
you contradict yourself so badly here, as well.
You know what?
This is my own take. Yeah, this is my own take because in my head we still have the low. If I said I wanted Frimpong.
Yeah, you know what? And I agree with you.
If you get rid of Luke Shaw, you're bringing in the left back to be the main starter. I don't want two-way attacking fullbacks. That's why I said with one. So I'm not contradicting myself.
And you know what? I think we forgot who we are, man. I think we accepted that we are thinking like a small team. United should buy only starters, and the one that is performing better is the one that is starting.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, I agree. It's true.
I hear you on the Dalot thing because Dalot now I agree with Faz as well. Now liking Dalot is very trendy. But I remember I was giving Ole the most shit because he wasn't playing him. Like that's way before Eric Ten Hag. I think Dalot is a quality player, and I think he will peak later on. I think the best is still to come because he's 24. At 27, 28, I think we have a very good player there. To be fair,
and the right back market, Adam, is not even that good.
Exactly.
Like, look at the right back market. There's not a lot of players, especially ones that are available, that you can go out there and be like, yeah, this guy's 100% better than Dalot. No, Dalot's going to be starting for his country in the Euros. That's how good he is.
I think Dalot's done enough to be our starting right back. And listen, Saeed knows, and Faz as well knows. I've been against him for the longest, and he's won me over this season, and he's been consistent. And in a
Is that-
season,
Do you have his
in a
name on
season-
the back of your jersey there? Show us the back of your jersey. Is it the left?
No, absolutely not. It's the reason why I'm wearing it. But I do.
That's 2008.
I
anyway.
agree with Estrella in saying that we should be looking to get someone, maybe not to compete, but could be on the same level. But like you two were saying, the right back market isn't massively great at the moment. For me personally, I would like to, again, similar to what you do if you bring Yorro in, that young player can come in and eventually, take over. For me, Thiago Santos, it's Leo. I would love for us to go and get someone like that. Again, someone that's under the radar a little bit, that is doing well.
Did he go to another team already, or is he still there? I thought he got picked up.
I don't think. That's
a lot of money that we need to spend. This is why I have a problem with the manager. We don't know how good and how bad our players are.
But you know what it is, Adam? We need to recruit outside of what the manager thinks. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I don't need to worry about the manager. I'm trying to, and this is what Ineos said. They're trying to move down a route where we are recruiting to stylistically, like we know how we want to play football. We know the profiles that we identify every market, and we're gonna go after them regardless of who the manager is. And that brings stability, because just in case you have to sack a manager, something happens and the manager leaves, you still have a squad that is good enough for anyone to take over and continue the job that someone else was doing. And we've seen this in big clubs for years. Chelsea was doing that when they were winning. Madrid has been doing that for years. Bayern has been doing that for years. Juventus has been doing that for years. We need to go to that.
You know what, Steffi, and I agree with you 100%. And I think this is why I have a problem with if you want the manager, you will be here in 18 months again talking the same thing. People think that a process is with one manager. Many managers can come into the same process, and the same plan. Like if let's suppose, and I think we spoke about this last time I was on the show, say if we have a 6-year plan, 6-year plan can have 2 or 3 managers in.
100%.
Doesn't have to be the same guy. It's just naive to think that one guy is going. And what happens if the manager is gone after 6-7 years? Look, I expect City to get a manager when Pep leaves that plays like Pep, or at least is in the same spirit of, because their project is more than just Pep. It just happened that if he fell at the right time at the right place. If we are to trust Ineos, and if they have a clue about what they're doing, we could get a manager for a year, and the process is still going on. If we sack him in a year's time, doesn't have to be like, start over. We're not starting over. We were starting over because we had only the Glazers in place and Woodward. Now it's not that. So they could be terrible as well. Like we don't know. Like they need to prove themselves. But
Adam, can I just ask really quickly? You said we don't. It's because of this manager. We don't know how good our players are. Yeah, predominantly a large proportion of these players have been here for over like 5 to 7 years. I think we've seen enough across different managers how good or what level they are. So I think we already know majority of what squad needs to go. And secondly, this whole thing about back Ineos, after speaking with you guys, I'm not going to be ignorant. I am going to back them moving forward. Not back them, but just like be a bit less impartial. But I just want you to understand, my thing is like, if I do that, it's like they haven't done anything for me to be like, oh wow, this is a big win, like I said already, from the PTSD, innit? My thing is when you're acquiring something so expensive or something easy like a house, you have to go through a conveyancing process. I'm sure when you're buying a business, you would have had to make plans or whatever you're going to do for that company moving forward. So I'm just thinking, should we be this far behind? Should we be a bit more forward? But after speaking with you lot, I'll be a bit more impartial and wait. But that's just my logical thinking. I'm just thinking,
and you know what, going back
from where we already are, though, 2 weeks out of the transfer window.
And you know what, going back to what you said about the players, the funny thing is, the players, the people that want the manager gone the most are the people that are the harshest on the players, usually. Because the players people that want to keep the manager, usually but Bruno, what are we going to do without him? And you ask me personally, I want Ten Hag gone and I want Bruno gone the same day. And if you tell me, keep Bruno and Rashford, if you sell Bruno and Rashford this summer, it means you have Ten Hag for another year. Bro, keep Ten Hag. Keep him. Just get the players gone. I agree with you on the players, big time, because the manager is easy fix. The players is something else. But I agree with you. I would get rid of the entire squad before getting rid of the manager. That's not going to happen. And another thing, we have good players there and we have bad players there. And fans, they tend to don't know which is which. It's just, Lindelof is not good. Maguire is not good. McTominay is not good. Bruno's not good. Rashford is not good. Luke Shaw is good. I think he's good, but he's not
Not
fit.
fit.
He's never there. But those are the only players that are always playing. Add one Bissaka to the lot. Those are the players that have been and people will defend those players if you ask the majority of the fan base. So they say, and they want to get rid of the others that are not playing.
Do you not think it's just easier to do? Like, everyone keeps comparing Ten Hag to Arteta, like, oh, that's why we should keep him. That's why the Ten Hagers say, oh, look at Arteta. But my main thing is that he was allowed to sell 2 pivotal players in Ozil and Aubameyang. I would compare that to Bruno and Rashford. Don't you think that if we're able to just get rid of those 2 influential players, then maybe it would be easier to like build again or move forward?
I think we'd improve overnight. It's that quickly. I'm convinced.
Depends on what system we have as well, man. Like,
I don't think so.
We're looking at these.
Start looking at you know what? The thing why you can't really compare Arteta to Ten Hag. I think I said that before. Arteta, when he buys someone, he plays him, and this guy doesn't.
Yeah, true. Arteta's had less misses as well, man. He's had mostly hits. You know,
he had a lot of misses inside.
Well, which one though? Which one?
The centre backs.
Do you not watch Ligano's channel, bro? Just go to one of the shows.
Majority of them have been
the Nuno Tavares and the Sambi Lakongas.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them.
Marquee signings or marquee ones.
Willian, David Luiz. There was a lot of them.
Okay. The thing is, no, Willian was under Unai Emery. That was
no. It was under Arteta. It was Arteta's first year.
But we're talking about marquee signings though. He hasn't got them wrong, go as it. Let's be honest.
But to be fair, he's only made one marquee signing, which is Rice.
Mari, Navot, Tavares, Turner, Marquinhos.
Like Arteta, let's be honest, he spent a lot of money, but he's never spent a large chunk of money on one player except for Rice. Because Odegaard was cheap. Obviously, Saka was already there. Jesus, you can argue. Yeah, maybe Jesus was a big signing because he was like
Gabriel.
about 40 million. So Gabriel, it wasn't even that. I don't remember how much Gabriel was. He was like 30 something. But
52.
other than Rice,
Pepe was
52.
he didn't sign Pepe.
He didn't quite sign Pepe.
Emery signed Pepe, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But
that's my point.
can you see the difference though? But Staffy, can you see the difference there though? He's been allowed to spend money, yeah, but like it's been like split differently.
It's been sprinkled differently. No, I get you, but that's also. I mean, I can make the same argument for Ten Hag because Ten Hag came in and he wanted a huge chunk of his money paid on Casemiro. He wanted a huge chunk of his money paid on what's his name on Anthony. Even though he knew, I understand people saying he doesn't do the negotiations, but they are the manager are aware of how much it's going to cost us to go get this guy. You can always read the reports and they talk about because they still went to him last thing. They're like, "Are you sure you want it? It's going to cost us this much." And then he finalizes, he gives the last word, and he approves of the signing. So it was on him to go for these big names, or I wouldn't say Anthony was a big name, but he was a big signing, and he approved of it.
I agree with you, Staffy, I agree with you, but then in the same breath, it's like, I'm also angry at the club because it's like, why didn't you provide any other names? Like, it's not down on just the man. Like I said, I agree with you. It's his fault. He wanted to go and greenlight that deal or whatever. But in the same breath, why is my club allowing this? Why am I getting
No, but we already know the Glazers were incompetent. But to be fair, and I don't really want it to sound that I'm too harsh on Ten Hag. The reason they didn't give alternative names is because he knows these players personally. Like if Saeed goes on a channel and he recommends me or recommends you, it's not because he just has an idea of his. Like, no, I worked with Staffy, I worked with Estrella. Bring these guys here. I know them personally. That is different than just recommending someone that he might be good, but I want him, but I just never coached him before. All these players that I named, Bar Casemiro, he knew them. These were his guys.
And you know what, Staffy? Exactly. Every single one of them, he has a link to in the past. And look, this guy has players that he knows very well, and he finished on negative goal difference. So I don't think that giving him players he doesn't know is the solution, because this is what he did with people he knows. So
it's true.
And that's why I never forgive that, Adam. That is the thing, because people would say give him a proper structure. I do understand that a proper structure would recruit better, because we've seen that happen with Klopp and Michael Edwards. But I can give you an example of like a Casemiro as an example. If he would have said, I want a destroyer, and they said, listen, Casemiro's too expensive, he's a bit too old, let me get you a younger Casemiro from XYZ, they only know because of their reports, and he's like, you know what? I trust you guys. This is your job. Go and get him. That is so different than saying, give me Onana because Onana was my goalkeeper. Get me Lissandro because Lissandro was my center back. Go get me Frankie de Jong because he was my midfielder. Don't forget that one. That would have been another expensive
Go
signing.
get me Amrabat because I've worked with him. Go get
Go
me
get me
Ericsson
Amrabat.
because I trained
Exactly.
him. Go get me Anthony.
What about Casido? What about Casido when we would offer him for that £2 million?
Bro, I wish we got Caicedo. He got Mount because he
What
recruited him at
about
Vitesse.
Enzo? What about
Hindsight is a great thing.
Enzo?
Hindsight is a
think
great
that was
thing. You
better.
can't use that to this argument. My man got on any given match day during the season, 75% of the squad of the match day squad was his players.
Yeah, exactly.
On any given match
That
day.
Palace 4-0 loss, 7 of the players were players he signed.
Exactly.
7. And that's why I don't forgive, bro.
Yeah. Listen, we're gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna read the last super chat. See you. Big up to Troy says, "Don't be naive, folks. Ten Hag's a goner. Benny, his guy out. Hope it's De Zerbi in. Gold clown. Thanks. Fans can decide. Manager lol. Ten Hag out. 4 to 5 players. A good manager. We win Premier League." Mustak says, "Eric Ten Hag, absolute bum of a scrub." Adam,
Why is he
speaking
offensive?
facts,
Jesus, bro.
but speaking nothing but facts, articulate brother.
Love, bro. Love.
And players and
These players.
these players and 4 to 5 new players and a good manager can win Premier League. And Arteta improves players, Rice, future Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, don't.
And on that note, we're gonna wrap it up
Don't
here.
drag it, bro. Don't drag it.
Well,
Yeah.
Zayn Messi, man. Zayn Messi must be smoking some Moroccan
Yeah,
hashish,
he's-
shisha, bro. That has to be.
He's not right in the head, man. He's not right in the
Highest
head.
of grade.
Yeah, he's
Game
not right.
gone,
So-
man.
Hey,
Game's
real
gone.
quick, yeah, before we end the stream, real quick, yeah. Grealish has gone to the Euros, isn't it? Do you know what his stats are this season?
Not great, not great.
They're the same. They're the same as Anthony's.
Yeah.
Bro, go check now. They're the same as Anthony's. One less.
But you know what it
less
is though with Grealish though, he can still affect a game though without getting stats.
Yeah,
in.
but you
That's
know
why
what,
I
right
don't
Why
really-
didn't you take Rashford? Why didn't you take Rashford then?
Yeah, because Grealish is 10 times the player.
Yeah, but there you go. There you
It's
go.
not even close. It's not even close.
End
Like,
stream
you
on
can
that.
take the numbers all you want, but the season we won the treble. Ryan Giggs scored 4 goals in the league,
Yeah.
and,
I think there's more-
and David Beckham scored 6 or 7. And he
To
finished
be
third
fair
in the
though,
Ballon d'Or.
Adam. To be fair though, Adam. I mean, you can look at what Rashford has done for England, and you say that he actually
It's
has
more.
done more for England than Grealish. By the way, I personally always rated Grealish, so this is not coming from a Rashford stand.
You know,
But
I think
I'm
even
gonna be
Grealish
honest
is
with you,
fine.
bro. I look at that England front line, bro. Who the hell is stretching that back line of any defense when everyone is coming down to
They should have
receive
just
the
took him.
ball?
They should have took him, man.
I
Different
think
option.
Rashford should have won.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Rashford was good in the what was it the last, was it a World Cup? Yeah, the last World
Yeah.
Cup. I'm not gonna lie. Remember that France game when everyone was pissed that he didn't bring him on early because he
But
actually was
still,
France, Wales, he was
Yeah.
decent, man.
you can say at least by merit he has been good for England.
Kane,
You know-
Kane and Grealish
you know-
makes no sense together.
You know
Zero sense.
certain things.
I know.
yeah? I just
And
wanna
what's his
say-
name? And Palmer on the other
Yeah,
side.
coach
That's
the
not a
team.
good front line.
He's
It
not
makes
starting.
sense. I think Grealish
You
and
know-
Kane makes sense if you coach the team, like if you're at a club. But in international football, you don't have enough time to drill.
Yeah.
That's why
Especially
defensive
with South.
football works. Like people want Southgate to be a tactician, but
Trust me, comments.
international football doesn't require tactics. It requires pragmatic, good players, and this is how you
That's
get
it. Exactly. Who can
Yeah.
keep the ball, possession. That's what it requires, man.
Stop it, Tomine. Yeah, go on, keep position. Go on.
We'll see in it. We'll see what he does. I think he'll have a decent World Cup, McTominay. We'll see. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Bro,
but Scotland, I'm not trying to keep, bro. They're
he
not
got
trying to
glitched.
keep possession, bro. Let's be honest.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
It's
innit?
different. It's different when you're England and when you're Scotland. One is way more superior to other teams than the other.
MDRN Samurai, big up, man. Always supporting the channel, man. He says, just want to say, mad respect for the panel. You guys always work hard for us. Have a great weekend. Stay blessed. Yeah, man. Tomorrow, Champions League final. Make sure you're locked in here. Saeed TV, I'll be covering that. Watch along tomorrow. I'm going to be playing some FIFA as well. In
Saeed,
playback.
will you please do a GTA? Because I'm sick of seeing it in the chat. People are begging for this.
No, I
GTA.
know, man. But you know what it is? I need a whole
Exactly,
night for
seeing these
GTA,
chats
man.
about GTA, man. Jesus.
I know, man. You know what it is?
Yeah, but the new GTA. When's the new GTA out?
Nah, that's
that's
still
not
next
it.
next
Next
year.
year.
Next
Next
year.
year.
You know
That's
what
if
it
they
is,
don't
yeah?
push it
I
back.
gotta be up in the morning, innit? So I'm gonna play a quick hour of FIFA. I need a whole night to play GTA. I want a full night where I play for like 6 hours straight. You feel me? So that's what I want to do. But right now, I just don't have the 6 hours right now. You feel me? So
Said I told you to do a pro clubs team, but you're slacking, bro. I've had enough.
yeah, I need to
I'm
sort
gonna
that
go.
out as well.
I'm gonna join another
Saeed.
team, bro. I'm getting more offers.
I big up to MDR and Samurai, man. Become a member.
So
Big up,
who
man.
you know, are you spending the night alone or what? Because like It normally don't stop you, you know. Like you be doing stream till mad o'clock. Why tonight you can't do a stream?
Hey, that's a good question.
I
Can
gotta
we
be up
answer
somewhere in the
this?
morning.
That's it.
Let him be.
No, I gotta be up in the morning. That's why I couldn't do the quick hour. And then, you know what I mean?
What haram activities
Hey,
you
brother,
going
it's
on?
okay.
Yeah, man.
What haram activities you
Life
going
is for living.
You know what I'm saying to you, man?
Side
But
father
listen,
watching
man.
the stream.
But listen, we're gonna wrap it up here. Big up to
Big
everyone locked
streamer,
in.
big streamer.
Saeed, wrap up for sure, brother. Wrap up.
Big
for
streamer, trust me, big streamer.
Faz,
That's the casting out numbers.
sure.
Faz
Wrap
is the
up.
worst wingman, you know. Calling
yo,
you out.
Faz, what you got coming up? What you got coming up? Faz.
Now I'm on playback. You know how it is. Yeah, we're on playback. We're live. We direct. I'm joining Saeed's team as well on clubs. So
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah,
doing
yeah.
clubs together.
Yeah, we need
And
more. We're
lots of-
recruiting.
lots
Is
of
anybody
content.
else?
I'll be on Rance's channel.
Double
as
A,
well on
where do you play
Mondays.
on pro clubs? Do you play? Do you play pro clubs?
Yeah, I'm on pro club. What do you mean?
Talking to me, not you.
And I
Faz.
said
Come on.
double.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna ask everyone. Is anybody
Yeah.
where you?
Mate, I'm down like a clown, Charlie Brown.
Oh, centre back. You want to play centre back? Are you good at centre back?
Centre. Oh, I'm 5'6".
Cardio.
Centre back.
we got
You're a
Vardio.
winger.
Vadio.
Vadio. You guys.
Yeah, man. Australia, yeah, man. What's CK? What are you good at FIFA? What are you saying?
Yeah. I'll jump on.
Yeah,
I told you,
We
I
got
told you
Gabby
he's
Simmons.
Martial, bro. I told you he's Martial-esque. I played with him in pro.
Okay. Say no more, man.
We got our nine.
Adam, you don't have time, innit, man. You got to study, innit, man. What are you doing?
I
Yeah,
don't
man.
have enough time to watch YouTube comps.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Big up. We don't want to mess around with the professor, man. Big up the professor. Big up Michael, man. You know what I mean? Big up Michael, always as usual. We got everyone in the building. Stephen, big up to you as well. Locked in, you get me. Like I said, Stephen, listen, people are not gonna like your opinions for the first couple of weeks here, but by the end, you may be they might like you. You know what I mean? So,
You know what?
man.
For as long as it's honest, it's fine.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
So
I just want one thing from Estrella eventually.
Go on.
I just need you to admit that you're Ten Hag in. Because I
I'm
told
not,
Saeed
I'm
today,
not,
I was like,
I'm not.
this man,
I'm not.
after all
I'm
that
not.
says he's not Ten Hag in,
I
imagine
watched
if
the-
he was.
I watched the stream. I watched him. I was supporting the thing. No, I'm not in. I just don't like the injustice. It's just I don't like the revisionism of when everyone forgets there's a party to play. There's like an additional party to play. I just want everyone to be evenly balanced, but it's a bit. Not everyone can be at times. I guess that's just
I'm
me.
just saying, I'm worried for the day that you're actually Ten Hag in. Because if this is all
know-
you sitting on the fence,
Look,
imagine when
Staffy, if he said we're sacking him tomorrow, you wouldn't hear me cry about it. I'll just be like, yeah, it is what it is. But if I could say something before, I wish I'd said something before. That's why I'm saying it now.
Because some
That's
people
what-
will cry.
There are
This is the
type of
problem. Some people
people,
will
yeah,
cry.
there are set type of people that will see their ops getting jumped and they will try and protect their op because they've got a good heart. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm not that type of
Stella's
person.
got a
Man.
good
Take it
heart.
back home.
Nah, you know
Well,
what?
He's
This is-
saying he's seeing Ten Hag get jumped, yeah, and he knows he don't like Ten Hag, but he said, "Nah, let me protect him because it's too many mans jumping him. The whole fan, bare man are jumping Ten Hag, media's jumping Ten Hag. Let me protect him a little bit." That's what
Actually, that's a good analogy. That's a good analogy. But the man that are jumping him in here are nerds. I've done it before to other people that I know you wouldn't do it to other big boys. Like you getting other guys doing the exact same thing, the same patterns, and everyone's forgetting about it. They're getting left alone. I want you lot to address those people as well.
You know
Mike,
what?
Mike
At
as
least
well.
I
Mike
know
don't
you-
like you as well, man. What do you want to say
At
to
least
Mike,
I know
man?
you- At least I know
Steven,
you're
what do you want to
doing
say to
fine.
Mike?
He is,
Do you want to
brother.
What do you want to say to him, man? Do you want to say like anything to him? He's not,
Enjoy your
he's not
week-
been
enjoy
happy
your
with you today. Not been
Enjoy
happy
your
with you
weekend.
today.
Enjoy your weekend, my guy. Too blessed to be
Yeah,
upset, man.
Yeah, there you go, Mike, man. You know what I mean? I know you've not been happy with him today, but listen, man, it is
Catch
what
me
it is. We're here for
Manchester,
opinions.
Manchester Piccadilly, though. You can catch me there still.
But guys, man, smash a like on the video. We're gonna be back on the playback. Come follow me on the playback right now. I'm gonna be live playing anything on there. But yeah, come and join me on there.
What's on your mind?
Thank you.
Why am I on the screen alone?